bullpens. He is one of those sort of alpha leaders, and I don't know. The whole point of everything in pro sports is to find those guys and hold on to them for dear life. So, and by the way, I think Roman Anthony is looking like another one of those guys. He's not going to be as vocal. He's not going to be as outward a leader yet, but I do think as time goes on, we're going to all be talking about him in 3-4 years as one of the great, all-around composed players in the whole sport.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, Will, before we let you go, how does a team celebrate a guy like Richard Fitz earning his first win in 12 tries dating back to last year? What was any intel on the celebration? How did it all go last night?
Well, first of all, he gets optioned to AAA today, which kind of stinks, but you understand it, going into the All-Star break. They do a wonderful job, do the Red Sox, of celebrating these guys. Alex Cora makes these wonderful presentations in the clubhouse. He always has the lineup card ready for a guy, whether it's first win, first homer, first save, all those kinds of things. And the key cornerstone element of these things, into a laundry cart, and you get about 800 cold beers poured on you. So I saw Richard last night after the game. He had finally showered up and cleaned up and gotten the dry clothes on. But you know what? For a sport that is every day and is such a marathon, I think that stuff is so important. It's why I love the Wally mask. This thing is supposed to be fun. And for everything that they can do day in and day out to make it as fun as possible for these guys, I'm all for it.
Well, it's certainly been a lot more fun lately with the way this team's hitting. Will Fleming, looking forward to the call of the game. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Christian. Appreciate it, man.
Of course. And coming up next, we'll have Lou Merlone sitting down with Alex Cora. That is presented by your New England Ford dealers, and that's coming your way next right here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand. Alex Cora next.
You want to grow your business. I mean, who doesn't? Constant Contact's marketing platform makes marketing way easier and way more effective. Even if you know nothing about marketing, you can easily create email, text, social, events, and digital campaigns in just a few clicks. It's why over 500,000 business owners trust Constant Contact for their digital marketing needs. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall. Get a free 30-day trial when you go to ConstantContact.com. ConstantContact.com.
So you have a podcast, and you really want to make money with it. Then you need the Odyssey Creator Lab. Check this out. We'll host your podcast for free. You just do your show. We'll use the power of Odyssey's massive expert sales team to place ads in your show and make you money. Does it get any easier than that? Nope. You stay in control of your show, and we help you bring in the money. Sounds like a dream partnership. Apply now at creators.odyssey.com and start earning more from your content today.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel or that white chocolate mocha. Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Some things can steal your sunshine. I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Is that knee, hip, or shoulder pain just not getting any better? And now they're even talking surgery. Before you go down that road, hit pause for a second. Hey, it's Wiggy, and I'm here to tell you about QC Kinetics, leaders in regenerative medicine using treatments like advanced cellular therapy and platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. Their cellular treatments contain growth factors and healing properties to maximize your own body's ability to heal itself. No surgery, no downtime, just real results that let you move easier and live better. And the best part, you can get a free second opinion. A licensed medical provider will go over your x-rays or MRI and see if you're a good fit for these breakthrough treatments. Call QC Kinetics today at 617-904-9557. That's 617-904-9557. 617-904-9557.
When you choose Interlock Metal Roofing, you're not just getting a roof. You're making a lifetime investment in quality. Their premium metal roofing systems are made with American aluminum, built to stand the test of time. No rust, no rot, no re-roofing, just unbeatable protection from a name you can trust. Interlock Metal Roofing, a trusted metal roofing leader for over 2 decades. Never re-roof again. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. That's NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Christian Arcand here with you. It is the Red Sox and the Colorado Rockies, game 2 of 3. Red Sox took game 1 last night in homer fashion. 9-3 was your final score. Before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora, and Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers in the Ford Summer Sales Event. Hurry in to get great deals now, including on F-Series, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Here with manager Alex Cora is Lou Merlone.
All right, here with the Red Sox manager, Alex Cora. Alex, another big win last night, an explosion from your offense. Let's start with your starter. It's been a crazy 3 weeks for him, kind of up, down, and starts kind of interrupted. But what'd you think from Fitz last night?
I thought he was good after the second inning. I thought early on he wasn't able to spot his fastball, especially up in the zone. Then after that, he started pounding the strike zone with the fastball, started throwing his sinker to righties, and gave us more than enough. You know, I think the tempo was a lot better, and very happy for him to get his first big league win.
So he gets his first big league win. He comes in here today, and he, I'm not laughing, but he gets optioned down. Yeah. So I'm just curious, what goes into that decision?
Yeah, I think where we at right now, bullpen-wise, you know, I don't want to say we're short, but in case of an emergency, we were going to be short. You know, we got our guys lined up, Wise, Willow, and Chappie. But if it doesn't turn out that way, you know, we needed innings, and Campbell is here. You know, with us, he's throwing the ball well. He can give us multiple innings, so we decided to go this route.
You know, offensively, it's really been an explosion, especially in the first 2 or 3 innings. You guys are scoring either in the first, second, or third. Is it just? It seems like 1 through 9. I've said this before. There may not be that big meat of the order, but there's no bottom of the order. This thing could start at any moment.
That's a good way to put it. You know, just consistent at bats for a while here. I think it started against Toronto when we got back home. We had some good games against Cincinnati. Obviously, on the road trip, we were amazing, and yesterday we kept putting pressure on them. And it's 2 strike hits, taking the walk, running the bases well, and obviously hitting the ball out of the ballpark.
You know, I keep asking you about Romy Gonzalez and how amazing it is. I saw that he's 3rd, I think, in baseball in OPS against lefties. And the reason why I'm amazed by it, because I know how hard this role is, playing just once in a while, but the power, 454. I mean, what he's been doing right now, I don't know if people are giving enough credit.
No, I think the way he's doing his thing and the defense he played yesterday, people don't realize how important he is for this group. And he's a good athlete, a good player. I think the more reps he gets, the better he's going to be, understanding his swing and what he can do. We talked about it the other day. You know, the fact that he can go to right field with 2 strikes against lefties and righties, it puts you in a good position to drive the ball, you know, with 2 strikes, something soft in the zone, he's going to crush. And, you know, he's been amazing for us.
Sadon's on a heater. I was surprised. I looked at some numbers, and you can do different game logs. In the last 36 games, I was surprised to see that he's still swinging almost 60%. I was surprised to see he's still chasing almost 43%. So why am I looking at the wrong numbers? Like, is what's going on here? Because he just looks like a different hitter.
Yeah, I think the swing is different compared to 23 and 24. It's kind of similar to Javi Baez this year, right? When they're getting their mistakes, they're hitting them, right? Javi Baez for a while, you know, he was swinging at the same rate, he was chasing the same rate, but he was missing his pitch. Now with Sadon, when he gets one in the zone, he's putting good swings on it and crushing it. So I think this is sustainable, to be honest with you, because he now understands where to hunt pitches, although he will chase, you know, and it's kind of like yesterday, his 3rd or 4th at bat, right? He chased the breaking ball, chases the sinker, strikes out, and then he gets a breaking ball in the zone against the lefty, and he crushes it. Yep. And, you know, he's learned how to turn the page too, learn from the at-bat and move on to the next one. And, you know, he's a more mature player now than what he was 2 years ago.
Yeah, speaking of mature young players, Roman Anthony, I got to ask you about him. I know every day people are asking you about what's going on with him. And I think the lefties, I don't know, it's the 9 for 22, I think his last 22 after an 0 for 12. Like, he's just comfortable, figures it out, just seems so consistent mentally, emotionally, everything.
I think that's the most important thing. Emotionally, he's steady. He understands what he needs to do in the batter's box to be successful. He doesn't chase pitches. When he does, he resets the at-bat and gets back to what makes him successful, and so far, so good.
Bello tonight, trying to win a series here. I don't want to call him a spot starter because he came out of the bullpen, but he's been throwing great for you. I think it was 6 quality starts before that odd appearance for him. Just location for him been the main thing?
Yes, location of the sinker, location of the changeup. The cutter has become a weapon for him since the New York start, right? And there's a lot of confidence. I really think the last one, you know, when he came in the 4th inning, whatever it was, you know, it was a good learning lesson for him. You know, it kind of like didn't come out hot out of the bullpen, you know, and they hit the 2-run homer, and then after that, every pitch mattered, and he executed, did a great job with base runners, being quick to the plate, got 2 ground balls towards the end, and gave us a chance to win.
And lastly, you know, you're going for the series win, which is the important thing. I think when people look at who you've played recently and just expect things, but you've shown if you play good baseball, you can beat anybody. If you play bad baseball, you can lose to anybody. Is that just simply that message? Keep this going?
Yeah. And we went through a stretch early in the season. We went to Chicago, right, and we lost the series 2 out of 3. In the beginning, we didn't do a good job against the teams that, quote unquote, you're supposed to beat. And you know, we did a good job with Washington. Yesterday was a good game, but we got to continue because at this level, anything can happen. You know, you see the standings all over the league. You know, the Pirates got hot. The Marlins are doing an amazing job. So you just got to prepare, be ready every night to try to win the ball game.
All right, good luck here tonight.
Thank you, Luke.
That was Alex Cora with our buddy Lou Merlone. You can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI and make this summer a Subaru summer in a brand new Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Find your authorized dealers at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Red Sox did make some moves today as they brought Isaiah Campbell to the Major League roster from AAA Worcester. They optioned right-handed pitcher Richard Fitz down to AAA Worcester just hours after he recorded his first ever win. And they also put right-hander Liam Hendricks on the 60-day injured list with that right hip inflammation. The idea here is that with Fitz going to the Woo Sox, that will clear space for Hunter Dobbins to rejoin the rotation. This according to Chris Cotillo. Isaiah Campbell with the promotion as well, and Hendricks to the 60-day IL clears the 40-man spot for that and some other updates here for you. In particular, on the injury front, Masataka Yoshida, his rehab is complete. He's been working out at Fenway and getting ready to make his debut likely tomorrow against the Rockies in the final game there. As for Alex Bregman, he hopes to return during the final series of the first half, which starts not tomorrow, but the day after on Thursday against the Tampa Bay Rays. Not sure which of those games that he'll be playing in, but that is what he's eyeing his return for. And as I just told you, Hunter Dobbins, who had a great rehab start for AA Portland back on July 5th, struck out 8 over 5 innings and is likely to be getting a start here before the All-Star break. Tanner Houck also threw a bullpen session on the 7th and is going to be gearing up for what should be his 5th and final minor league rehab outing, which was later in the week. And that's what's going on the injury front with your Boston Red Sox. Still to come here on the Mass Mutual pregame show, we got starting lineups, we got the Subaru scoreboard update, we got the lock of the game, and we have the Chevy Dealers question of the night. That's all coming up. Don't go anywhere. It's the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
History That Doesn't Suck is a legit, seriously researched, hard-hitting history podcast told through entertaining stories. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring and the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to Nissan Motor Acceptance Company credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 8/4.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling Grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2025 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 7/2025. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Christian Arcand here with you from our Red Sox studios in Brighton. It's the Red Sox and the Rockies. Brayan Bello, Kyle Freeland in Game 2 of 3 of this Fenway series. Time now for the Subaru of New England scoreboard update. Make this summer a Subaru summer in a brand new Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Find your authorized dealers at SubaruofNewEngland.com. 2 games in progress to tell you about to start off here. One in a rain delay. What else is new? That'd be the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Mets in a delay to start the game as Brandon Nimmo just standing in the batter's box waiting to hit as it rains down in Baltimore. Going to be missing some rain here in Boston, it looks like, as there is some scheduled for later on in the evening. Looked like maybe we might get some earlier, but now hopefully not, knock on wood. And one other game in progress to tell you about, that would be the Tigers and the Rays. They're in the bottom of the first inning in Detroit. Jack Flaherty up there serving up gopher balls already. Jonathan Aranda, his 11th home run of the year, has given the Rays an early 1-0 lead. Rest of the schedule goes as follows. A rare instance where you got to root for the Yankees, Red Sox fans. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's something you do have to do here, as the Yankees are going to be hosting the Seattle Mariners. That's the team ahead of you in the wild card standings right now. You always want to see the Yankees lose, and if the Red Sox win, it's not the end of the world, but you also want to pick up some games on them and put some pressure on them. Logan Gilbert will be going for Seattle. Will Warren on the hill for New York. At 7:10 in Cincinnati, it's the Marlins and the Reds. Yuri Perez and Nick Martinez, your starters. The Cubs are in Minnesota, 7:40 start time there. Dodgers and Brewers will get going at 7:40 in Milwaukee. It is the Pittsburgh Pirates paying a visit to the Kansas City Royals, a 7:40 start time there. Mitch Keller and Seth Lugo are your starting pitchers. Keep an eye on that Pittsburgh rotation, by the way, as it's starting to look like they're going to be big-time sellers here at the deadline. Speaking of big time, the Toronto Blue Jays have won 9 straight games, just absolutely on fire. Last game they lost, by the way, was the Red Sox beating them 15-1, just FYI. They're in Chicago, so expect it to be 10 games after this one. A 7:40 start time on the south side. Chris Bassett and Aaron Savale will be your starters in the American League East leading Toronto Blue Jays. Washington Nationals, who the Red Sox just swept, are in St. Louis, taking on the Cardinals. A 7:45 start time. Jake Irvin and Sonny Gray will be your starters in that one. The Cleveland Guardians, who just snapped a 10-game losing skid, are in Houston. An 8-10 start for Joey Cantillo and Hunter Brown. Nathan Eovaldi and Jose Soriano will be the starters as the Rangers take on the Angels at 9:38 tonight out in Anaheim. In San Diego, a 9:40 start time. Padres and the D-backs. Merrill Kelly and Nick Pivetta will be your scheduled starters. A 9:45 start time in San Francisco, where Rafi Devers and the Giants hosting the Philadelphia Phillies. Taijuan Walker and Robbie Ray, the starters in that one. And, of course, the A's, the Sacramento A's, hosting the Atlanta Braves tonight in Cali. A 10:05 start time. Didier Fuentes and Jeffrey Springs will be the starters in that one. It's time now for the Herb Chambers starting lineups. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. For the Red Sox, leading off once again is Nate Eaton at third base. He'll be followed by Romy Gonzalez at second. Roman Anthony is your right fielder and number 3 hitter. The cleanup hitter tonight is Rob Refsnyder, who is also DHing. He'll be followed by the shortstop Trevor Story. Ceddanne Rafaela in center, looking to extend his home run streak to 4 games and his extra base hit streak to 6 games tonight. Jaron Duran will bat 7th in left field, followed by Abraham Toro at first. Connor Wong will do the catching and bat 9th for the starter, Brayan Bello. For the Rockies, it'll be Tyler Freeman, who is red hot these days, leading off in right field. He'll be followed by Hunter Goodman, who is not red hot at all. He's won for his last 17. Mickey Moniak will bat 3rd in DH. Jordan Beck is your cleanup hitter and left fielder. Michael Tolia is your first baseman and number 5 hitter, followed by Ryan McMahon at 3rd. Brenton Doyle in center. Orlando Arcia will bat 8th and play 2nd. Ryan Ritter is your number 9 hitter and shortstop behind the starter, Kyle Freeland. Time now for the lock of the game, presented by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit them online at newenglandmetalroofing.com and never re-roof again. Now, Joe Braverman, you may have noticed that I'm kind of hot with these picks right now. And it was just a matter of having to, seeing the ball go through the net. I had the Red Sox going over the 5.5. They cleared that pretty easily. I think the offense continues to mash, and because the over-under in this game is 9 total for both teams together, I'm going to go ahead and take over 9 runs between the two in this one here tonight. I am not a big believer in Kyle Freeland. I liked him a long time ago. 7 years ago, I thought he was going to be the next big thing out there in Colorado, but much like Ubaldo Jimenez and Mike Hampton and some of the other starting pitchers over the years in Colorado that everyone thought was going to be good. Not really quite so good. So I'm going over 9 runs. And finally, every game we have the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together we drive. Listen in for that during the broadcast today. Here's your question. What was your favorite moment from the 2007 Red Sox World Series victory? Here are your options. Pedroia's Game 1 home run. Matsuzaka's RBI hit. Bobby Kielty's pinch hit home run. Or you can write in another one below. I was actually at that game, brag. And for me, it was watching Jonathan Papelbon dancing around in his underwear with the Bud Ice box on his head. That was it for me. That was my favorite part of the entire thing. That was hilarious. He was doing like an Irish jig out there on the field. And the Rockies were very nice and left the lights on and let us all stay there and party for a little while. So there you go. That is the Mass Mutual pregame show. I'm Christian Arcand. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. First pitch is coming your way next, right here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Rhett. And I'm Link. And we're the hosts of the podcast Ear Biscuits. We're just two lifelong friends who've been talking about life for a long time.
From being dads to businessmen to all the random things we experience, nothing is off limits.
And now we're talking to you. We're answering your questions, giving advice that you may or may not want to take, and listening to your hilarious stories.
So leave us a voicemail to be part of the show at
1-888-EARPOD-1 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring and the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Lowe's knows how to set off your July 4th with savings. Right now, buy one, get one free on select one-coat coverage interior paint via Visa gift card rebate. Plus, get 2 select 2 or 2.5 quart red, white, and blue annuals for just $10. Hurry, these July 4th deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for more details.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling Grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2025 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 7/20/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is... Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. And the Red Sox win. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Nomo's pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella, here for good.
Fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over.
Buy cars for kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Trey Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist.
Well, they just yelled at Belichick and A-Rod are having words, and now they're in a fight.
Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks.
On a hot and muggy Tuesday evening at Fenway Park with some big-time thunderclouds overhead, we are expecting to get through easy breezy as the Boston Red Sox look to continue their hot stretch here. They host the Colorado Rockies for the middle game of a 3-game series, and they hand the baseball to Brayan Bello, who's pitched very well, earned a win in relief. His last time on the mound, he'll be opposed by Kyle Freeland, who's trying to avoid becoming the third Rockies starter this season to lose a 10th game. Should be a huge crowd here. The Red Sox have won 4 straight, 7 of 9. They are rolling, and they've got a very similar lineup in there tonight to the one that put up 9 more runs. It is time now for the national anthem, which is brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. You'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
From Salem, New Hampshire, please welcome the Salem High School Advanced Chorus.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what At the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran where the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Salem, New Hampshire's finest, the Salem High School Advanced Chorus. Very nice job. The Red Sox lining the first base line in the home white unis. Rockies, purple jerseys above gray pants as the color guard marches just out of sight in front of the Green Monster. The Red Sox have been banging balls off of and over the Green Monster with real regularity here over this last 10 games at home. The Sox have won 10 of their last 14 here and really starting to settle in, especially those right-handed hitters, which are all back in there again tonight against the southpaw Freeland. We'll get you the starting lineup in just a moment. But first, the injury report is brought to you by Ketchus Law Group, champions for the injured. More than $3 billion recovered for New Englanders, and it sure sounds like Masataka Yoshida is going to be back tomorrow, and he'll be in the lineup for the Red Sox as the designated hitter. Alex said that Masa will play a little outfield this time, that the arm is feeling better, and so it's not going to be the same program as a season ago. And the Red Sox looking to have his bat back in the lineup. Meanwhile, Alex Bregman came out onto the field today and sprinted harder than he has at any point during his rehab. Alex Cora told us that right before the game, he and Bregman would have another conversation. It is such a tough call, I think, for the Red Sox about whether or not to push it with Bregman. He's feeling great, and the Red Sox will have him back very soon. Liam Hendriks suffered a setback. He goes on to the 60-day injured list, and the Red Sox made another roster move earlier this afternoon. Richard Fitz, who earned his first major league win last night, gets optioned down to AAA. That's more about roster flexibility and the All-Star break coming than anything that Richard himself did. Meantime, Isaiah Campbell, who has really struggled in the big leagues with the Red Sox and actually down at AAA, did not do a whole lot. He's got a big arm, but he has been hit very hard. Campbell is up in a lot of ways as just sort of an emergency insurance policy arm, with the bullpen really kind of working on thin ice here of late. Ramon Vasquez brings the lineup card out. Met by the umpires, Carlos Torres will have the plate here this evening. And for the Red Sox, as they so often have done against the lefty, they are not going to stick with Jarren Duran in the leadoff spot. The Morgan & Morgan starting lineup's brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. For the Rockies, Tyler Freeman has been really hot. The right fielder leads off, and then the catcher, Hunter Goodman, their only all-star, who is really scuffling over the last 10 days. He's the catcher, and he bats second. Mickey Moniak is on a roll. The left-handed hitter looked good at the plate last night. He's the designated hitter. In the cleanup spot, the left fielder, Jordan Beck, who does have 10 home runs and 31 driven in. Michael Tolia, switch-hitting first baseman, bats fifth. Ryan McMahon, one of only 5 players who was on the Rockies in 2021 when Trevor Story last wore that uniform. McMahon, the veteran, is at third base, and he bats sixth. The center fielder, Brenton Doyle, in the 7-hole. Orlando Arcia bats eighth. He's at second base. And then the shortstop, Ryan Ritter, bats ninth. They'll all see Brayan Bello, who has pitched really well of late for the Red Sox. The wins have not been there for him. 3 extra innings losses for the Red Sox. Bello, in 5 of his last 6 starts, they've lost, but in that time, he's pitched to a sub-3 ERA. So looking for more good stuff from Bello here this evening. For the Boston Red Sox, Nate Eaton, who has really been impressive. He's at third base. He'll lead it off again. And then, speaking of impressive, Romy Gonzalez, who launched a 454-foot home run. He's at second base again, and he bats second. He's driven in runs in 6 straight games. Romy, then Roman. Mr. Anthony hit his first Fenway homer to straightaway center last night. He is in right field. Alex Cora said Roman is going to play left field tomorrow against Senzatella, the righty. So Roman is an everyday player, and he's going to be right in the heart of the Red Sox order. He is tonight, batting third in right field. Rob Refsnyder, the DH, he cleans up. Trevor Story, hitless. He snapped an 8-game streak last night, but against his former team, he's back in there as the shortstop. He bats fifth. Cedon Rafaela has homered in 3 straight games for the second time this month. He's riding a huge wave, and Cedon is in center field batting 6th. The left fielder tonight is Jarren Duran, all the way down in the order. He bats 7th with all the rumors swirling around him. Abraham Toro continues to produce. He's the first baseman. He bats 8th, and Connor Wong catches, and he bats 9th. Morgan & Morgan's starting lineups brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. Speed Report is brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals as Brayan Bello hops over the first base line. And he's been throwing harder this season. At times that has kind of neutralized the effectiveness of his great changeup, but the sinker has been such a power pitch for him, and he's started to lean even more on the four-seam fastball at the top of the zone. He's got a different hairstyle today. The braids are now in like a little mini ponytail underneath his navy blue hat. He got a haircut, so did Will Middlebrooks, who joins us now. And the Red Sox, Will, have won 4 in a row, 7 of 9. It's been the offense, but as with all things in this sport, it has to continue on the mound with Bello tonight.
Yeah, totally. And I'm just looking for more of the same from Bello. He's gone at least 6 innings in his last 5 starts, which is great because he had that long stretch where he was just going 3.5, 4 innings, right? It wasn't giving you much, and the pitch count was getting up there. But the fastball command has been much better, right? The sinker is so good. One of the best in baseball as far as getting ground balls at about a 55% ground ball rate. So he needs to live in the zone with that. But the biggest pitch that he has added 6 starts ago against the Angels, he added that cutter, which has helped him a lot against lefties. It's even helped him against righties because it gives those righties 2 almost breaking balls, something working away from them to have to worry about 2 different shapes. And he's been really good with that lately.
He looks the part. He is cool and calm on the mound. The mental side of everything is such a big part of it for Bello on the mound, and the young man really does seem to be maturing right in front of our eyes. He's got some baby blue spikes on, setting up on the first base side of the rubber. The Baldwin Group defensive alignment behind him: Toro at first, Romy at second with Story at short, and Nate Eaton made that wild play last night. He's at third base once again. Roman Anthony in right, Cedon doing his normal inscription on the dirt right in front of the center field wall. He's been elite out there with Jarren Duran out in left and Connor Wong behind the plate. Brought to you by the Baldwin Group, Insurance, Employee Benefits, and Wealth Management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible. Ball around the horn from Eaton to Bello, wearing that number 66 on the back of his white jersey. Kicks some dirt out of his spikes, squares up, and he is ready to go. Wipes some sweat off his brow, holds the ball in his bare right hand, and stares in at Tyler Freeman, who's a red-hot hitter for these Rockies. Comes in .343 with a homer. Bello out of that abbreviated whine. Brings the left leg up, he throws, and the first pitch of the game is a sinker in there for strike 1. Always a good sign for him. 96 dotted, and it's 0-1.
Oh, that arm side sinker is so important for him. We're talking about the ground ball rate and getting weak contact. If he can keep that right there, be a good spot to live.
0-1 to Tyler Freeman. The pitch is fouled off on the third base side. Another sinker. 96, 7:12 p.m. 92 humid degrees. At one point earlier today, it felt like 105.
Oh, perfect. That's like where I live in Florida.
And at times in Texas, too. 0-2 to Freeman. Bello sets, he throws, and a swing and a miss. He got him 3 sinkers, and adios to Freeman. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield. Better care and better pork. We were screaming it from the mountaintops for the first 6 weeks of the season. That is your superpower. throw it, but most importantly, command it.
Yeah, especially early in counts. If you know guys are swinging, it's really hard to hit 96, 97 with that type of sink to it, other than just crushing it into the ground.
There's Hunter Goodman, right-handed hitter, who does have 16 homers. Their only all-star foul is the first pitch he sees off on the third base side. This is Bello's 14th start. Of course, began things with a little stint on the injured list. 4-3 with a 3.42 ERA. 55 strikeouts. It's a little low for him. 33 walks, a little high. But a lot of that came early in the year. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. First good sweeper he's thrown. It's 0-2. So we got 5 pitches, 5 strikes.
This is it, right? The stuff, even when he has struggled, the stuff has been really good. It's just all about command and location and count leverage for Brayan Bello. If he is constantly getting ahead, good luck.
0-2 to Hunter Goodman. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. A slider. 6 pitches, 6 strikes, and they're 2 away.
Well, that was a nasty sweeper, right? He showed one the pitch before that was closer to the plate. That one had a little bit more side to side on it. That's great pitch in an 0-2 count.
So 2 down. Here's Mickey Moniak, a tough left-handed hitter. The Red Sox play him to pull on the infield. So 2 in the outfield grass. 2 down in the top of the first. Bello throws and a high fly into left field. Back on it goes Duran on the warning track. Jaron in front of the National League scoreboard is there to make the play. 7-pitch inning. We had a chance at an immaculate inning, but that was just as beautiful for Bello. No score. The red-hot Red Sox, who've been awesome offensively in the first inning, come to bat when we return. Eaton, Romy, and Roman after this on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Nate Eaton to lead it off. In the bottom of the first inning, Brayan Bello outstanding. Kyle Freeland, once promising left-hander, who comes in today with 9 losses on his register. Facing a very hot offense in the Red Sox. The pitch to Eaton is swung on and fouled back, a fastball. And it is 0-1. The Red Sox in the first inning have been an absolute juggernaut. 9 straight games they've scored in either the first or the second. 0-1 to Nate. Pitch is fouled off. He is comfortable in the box. It was a massive rip. And it is 0-2.
You're going to see a lot of early swings. Freeland does not walk a lot of guys. He doesn't throw a lot of balls. He fills it up. He will mix speeds, but he throws the ball in the zone.
0-2. The pitch is low. One time finished 4th in the National League Cy Young voting, then got extended by the Rockies and really has not lived up to that contract. Kyle is 1-9 with a 5.49 ERA. He has thrown the ball a little bit better lately. 1-2 to Nate Eaton. Pitch. Nate drives one on a line, caught with a leap at third by McMahon. Perfectly timed jump. Maybe a little jam there was Nate. And there's one away.
Yeah, a little sweeper in on the hands of Nate Eaton, right off the label, so it didn't exactly jump off the bat. Not able to get that into the outfield.
The Red Sox, their last 9 games, 76 runs and 16 homers. And here's a major reason why. Romy Gonzalez, hotter than almost anybody on the club. He bats with one down. The pitch is swung on and missed. Cut fastball. And it's 0-1. Romy's driven in runs in 6 straight games. And over the last 7 games, which he's gotten hits in all, 13 for 30 with 5 doubles, a triple, and 2 homers. Middle Brooksian run. The 0-1 pitch misses outside with a sweeper, and it's 1-1.
And his numbers against lefties are video game. He's hitting 4, and this is in 73 plate appearances. It's not exactly a tiny sample size. Hitting 400 with a 1,200 OPS.
And overall, 326. Pitch is a ball. Good take on a fastball. He has just become such a valuable part of this club. Came back off the injured list June 2nd, and in 23 games, 15 extra base hits. 2-1, a hitter's count. Here it is. Romy on the ground hard to short. Ritter circles around it to the forehand side. Low throw, not handled. Romy avoids collision over there at the bag. That is a really careless play by the Rockies shortstop. He just short-armed it, and the Red Sox have a base runner.
Yeah, Ritter did this a couple times yesterday and got away with it, where he just doesn't set his feet on a routine ground ball and continues to just run through the ball, but not in a good way. Not with direction towards first base, away from first base, and it results in a bad throw.
So here now is Roman Anthony, who's been awesome overall, and including domination of left-handed pitchers for the last 10 days. 1 on, 1 out to pitch. Roman brushes back. Wow, that's a sweeper that just got out of the hand there. And it's 1-0.
Yeah, you saw what he could do against lefties yesterday. Staying in on it, hitting the ball to center field out of the ballpark.
He's only hitting .386 over the last 10 games. Roman with power. 1-0. Pitch is a ball. Slider that misses outside, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if that approach gets more aggressive now that he's swinging the bat better, right? It was a little passive. He was taking borderline pitches a lot, trying to just find himself on base when he wasn't swinging it as well.
2-0. Romy leading at first. Pitch. Roman pops it up into shallow left field. Coming on is Beck. And looking up into the puffy clouds, he's there to make the play. So not this time for Anthony. And with 2 outs, here comes Rob Refsnyder. The Arbella Insurance Foundation dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. So, 2 outs and an error, and here now Refsnyder. 3 for his last 12. Overall, 275 for Rob. Pitch is swung on and missed. It's amazing how often you hear from the younger players on this team, like Cedon, and even to some extent Romy Gonzalez, who's not that experienced a big league player, and how often they sing the praises of this man, Rob Refsnyder. 0-1. And Romy was sort of leaning, so Freeland checks in on him.
Yeah, what really shows a lot is how much it comes up asking those young players about Alex Bregman, and at some point in that conversation, in their answer, they mention Rob Refsnyder as well.
There are some real similarities between those two. 0-1. Romy might go here. No, but the pitch is low with a curveball, and it is 1-1. Romy looks like he's trying to time him up.
Yeah, even if you're not going, you want Freeland to have to worry about you, right? Because then he doesn't execute his pitch as well if he's worried about trying to pick you off if you do break.
Hitting almost .350 at home is Refsnyder. 1-1. The pitch is looped foul on the first base side. Herb Chambers' batting order in this opening frame, brought to you by Herb Chambers Genesis of Auburn. I think Romy and Rob are the Red Sox best two-strike hitters. They just are not intimidated when they get in these holes. Looks very calmly out at Freeland. 1-2. Romy not going. The pitch is a check swing. Did he go? No. On appeal down to the first base umpire. As we told you, Carlos Torres is the home plate umpire. It's Lance Barrett down there at first. 2-2 to Ref Snyder. Trevor Story is out on deck. This lineup against left-handed pitching has just been fabulous. Play Rob on the infield to pull. 2-2. And a check in over at first. Now that's 2 for Romy, so I don't know, though, 2-2 with Ref Snyder as good as he is. I don't think he's real tempted to go here.
I don't think so either. I want to let him hit the way. I mean, you said it, too. He's really good with 2 strikes against these left-handed pitchers.
If it were a righty on the mound, that'd be a different story. 2-2. And the pitch is up the middle, right into the defense. The second baseman, Arcia's got it. He steps on the bag, and the inning is over. So Freeland pitches around the error. No score after an inning. Bello back to the mound on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers, but you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelly Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
I'm Emma Greed, and I'm the host of the Aspire podcast, a show where I talk to the world's most brilliant minds about building the life of your dreams. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Right-handed hitting Jordan Beck to lead it off against Brayan Bello, who was outstanding in the first inning. Bello throws, and Beck takes a strike on the inside corner. That is 3 first pitch strikes with sinkers and 4 overall. He's pounding the zone.
And they're located arm side, where it's exactly where Connor Wong's setting up.
0-1. Here's the pitch. Slider fouled off on the third base side. Another well-positioned pitch. It's such a credit, I think, first and foremost to Bello, but I think to Andrew Bailey, Justin Willard, the whole pitching department. They worked so hard with Bello on release point, on mechanics, and they are paying off. 0-2, way back on the left side of the infield. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Third strikeout in 4 hitters. He's got it all going, and there's one away.
Well, it's just a perfectly located sweeper, right? The first 2 pitches were in on the plate, which gets the hitter thinking about, okay, I really have to get the head out. I have to start my swing a little earlier to get to this pitch if it's inside. Then he snaps off a sweeper that starts middle of the plate and works about 8 inches off the plate for no chance.
He looks very composed on the mound tonight, which is always something to look out for. 1 down. Here is Michael Tolia batting left. He swings and misses at a 4-seam fastball at the top of the zone. He'll mix that in, and that's exactly where he wants to throw it. It's 0-1. This guy has been really good against the Red Sox. Tolia has 5 for 16 in his career. 0-1. Pitch is just outside. Another 4-seamer, 96, top of the zone, but a little bit away, and it's 1-1.
But even that missed by an inch. Like the strike zone showing it barely off. That's where he wanted it.
1-1. He throws, and it's a little low with a changeup. It's the first of those he's thrown. It's amazing. He's got 3 strikeouts, 4 outs, and he's only thrown 13 pitches. I mean, ordinarily with Bello, you say you just want weak contact early in counts. He's striking everybody out quickly. 2-1. There's a high fastball. So a 4-seamer misses. He's gone to that pitch 3 times against the lefty, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, he likes, probably second time through, will go more to the cutter in on those lefties, but loves that 4-seamer. He has been locating his last few starts up in the zone.
No score in the second. 3-1. The count to Tolia. The pitch is fouled off on the third base side. That is, it goes without saying. The first 3-ball count issued by Bello. And he's trying to keep it rolling right along here. 21-70, the Colorado Rockies. 3-2. Pitch is swung on and missed. Great changeup. And Bello is just cruising. 4 strikeouts, and they're 2 down.
I mean, that's the changeup of old. Right? It was still 88. It was still a little firm, but the movement was unbelievable. And guess what? If you are pounding the zone with that 2-seamer, it's not going to matter that the changeup is that firm. The little bit of differential and movement like that will get you some swing and miss.
So Bello, all 4 strikeouts swinging, which in some ways is even more impressive as he bounces in a changeup 1-0. And that's how good his stuff can be. There's so much potential for swing and miss. Want to know to McMahon playing his 1,000th career game. That's pretty cool. Pitch is on the inside corner. Great sinker, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, if you're able to locate that sinker into lefties, it just opens up so much for that cutter and sweeper down and in to finish these guys.
1-1. 213, 12 homers for McMahon. The pitch fouled off on the third base side. In your career, you played in 347 major league games. So many injuries shortened your career. But I'm sure you have an appreciation for a guy like McMahon who gets to 1,000.
Of course. It's so hard to get to the big leagues, even harder to stay.
1-2. Bello, a little bit longer set here. And the pitch is a slider down and in, and it's 2-2. I always think, that when he alters his cadence like that, it gets in his own head. He's at his best, especially with the bases empty. There's no reason to sort of alter tempo.
Yeah, there's no reason to do it. He's trying to mess with the hitter. I get it, trying to throw off the timing, but also just look how the stuff's coming out of your hand right now. Just stick right there.
2-2. He's got a good lather going. It's an extraordinarily hot night. 2-2. Is a high fly foul down the left field line. Another 4-seam fastball, and it stays 2-2. I mean, he is sweating head to toe. He has to wipe off his pitching hand over and over on the right pant leg.
Yeah, so many times in games like this, pitchers will bring down a second jersey down in the tunnel or the batting cage so they can change halfway through.
2-2. He might need more than 2 tonight. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. A changeup. Bello strikes out the side in the second. 5 punch-outs through 2. He has almost never looked better than this. No score after an inning and a half on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river. Give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine. Give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseballs and Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseballs and Boring and the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Natalie Morales of 48 Hours. So much of our reporting focuses on the stories of victims who didn't survive. But what about those who lived to tell?
I survived a violent home invasion. There's no earthly reason why I'm alive.
From 48 Hours, this is It Could Have Been Me.
It makes you grateful for everything you have, you know.
You can follow and listen to It Could Have Been Me on Tuesdays in the 48 Hours podcast feed on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Trevor Story leads it off against his former club in the bottom of the second, no score. Freeland throws, and Trevor takes a strike on the outside corner. These guys were good friends back in 2021 when Trevor last played there. Apparently very similar personalities, sort of mild-mannered, each of them, 0-1. Pitch is a little outside, a curveball, and it is 1-1.
So once again, we have to shout out Devin Marrero, great teammate for pre and post game. He brought me some Chipotle,
Ooh.
But he did get me on accident the hot sauce.
1-1 is fouled on the first base side.
I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Just what you need when it's 95.
I like spice. Mm-hmm. So this has got a little extra kick to it.
You are struggling.
You will be in a bit.
For a different reason. 1-2 is Story. Adjusts the batting gloves. He brought me guac tonight, too.
What a guy.
I mean, love Demo.
Ultimate teammate.
He looks exactly the same as when he played. You guys have that in common. It's a little offensive how handsome you both are. 1-2 to Trevor's Story. Here's the pitch, and it is just outside. Man, was that close. I think Trevor caught a break there, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, Carlos Torres has been calling that pitch away from righty so far tonight. He's caught about 3 of them that were 3 or 4 inches off the plate. That one looked to be right on the corner, and he balled it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Open stance, bouncing back and forth is Trevor. Pitch is swung on and missed. He knew he had to rip there. A good curveball. Freeland looks good. And on his first strikeout, 1 out in the second.
Yeah, even though the numbers haven't been great for Freeland, in 4 of his last 5 starts, he's given them at least 6 innings. So he's at least working into games to give them a chance.
Here comes Cedon. Coca-Cola is now buy 2, get 2 free at Shaw's and Star Market. That's right, buy 2, get 2 free on 12-pack cases of Coca-Cola and Diet Coke. 12-ounce cans. Here's Cedon, who takes a borderline curveball for a strike. It's 0-1. He has homered in 3 straight, has Rafaela. Incredible tear for him. 12 homers, 39 driven in. Freeland at the belt, into his wine. Pitch to Cedon. He is swung on and missed. That's a great cutter in on the hands. And it is 0-2. One out in the bottom of the second inning. Your wife is telling you to toughen up a little bit on the hot sauce. 0-2 is strike 3 called on the inside corner. Good sweeper. And they're 2 down. That'll bring up Jarren Duran, the 7th batter of the game, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. You've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. 617 and then all 7s. Strange days indeed for Jarren Duran with all of the talk swirling around him. It's impossible to block that out. 2 down, bases clear. Jarren takes a strike. And it's not only the trade rumors that are going around. He has not played as much lately. I mean, ever since Anthony, Meyer, Eaton, and all these other guys have come, he's just not been a constant fixture. He is working on a hitting streak as he takes a sweeper inside, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, I think with Roman's ability to hit lefties, it limits the days that Jarren will be in there for those at bats.
1-1 with 2 outs. Pitch is swung on a miss. He's got the real good cutter working, does Freeland, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, cutter, sweeper. He's got that big curveball that he likes to throw as his his most used secondary pitch. And right now, all the breaking balls looking good out of his hand.
Taryn, 257, an 8-game hitting streak. Feet, as always, close together, standing straight up and down. That slight bend of the back. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. Curveball. He bounced that one, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation when it comes to Jarren Duran and this trade deadline, and he's probably the guy you can get the most value for when you're looking for a return or of trying to get a big league starter. But you don't want to see him go, right?
No.
He's become part of the heartbeat of this team.
2 balls, 2 strikes. They do have a surplus of outfielders. You just can't deny that. Pitch is on the ground on the right side. It took a weird hop, but handled well there by Arcia. Throw to first. In time, and the inning is over. One more thought on that when we come back about the outfield mix for the Red Sox. No score after 2 at Fenway on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Have you ever redone chores the right way? Do you clean before your cleaning service arrives? If you answered yes to either of these questions, you're a clean freak. And at Cat's Pride, like you, we're freakishly committed to keeping your home sanitary. That's why we've invented the first and only antibacterial litter that destroys 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria in your cat's litter box. That's the bacteria you can't see but can smell. Yeah, it's clean freaking awesome. Cat's Pride, the only antibacterial cat litter.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Boston sports opinion more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Top of the third, Bello facing Brenton Doyle. Neither team has scored. Both starters have been excellent. Bello, not as good as he's ever looked. Pitch to the right-handed hitter. Swing and a miss. That just totally fooled him. A sweeper. And it's 0-1. Subaru New England scoreboard. Make it a Subaru summer in a brand new Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Yankees are hosting the Mariners tonight in the Bronx. That's Judge and Cal Raleigh. Cool matchup there. Yankees have really hit the skids. The 0-1 is a high fly into right field, handled by Roman Anthony. Took a step back, now in. He's there to make the play. And there's one down. Tampa is in Detroit. They led 2-0, but now after 4, the Tigers have gotten a run back. It's insane what the Detroit Tigers have done. And they've built it on the backs of detailed execution. They're 24 games above 500. And it's not a lot of household names, although Riley Green is playing like a total star these days. Here's Orlando Arcia, right-handed hitter. Strike one, fastball in the inside corner.
I played with this kid right here. He's not a kid anymore.
Nope.
He was when I played with him in 2016. He was AAA Colorado Springs with the Brewers.
0-1. Pitch is another great sinker. Bello is just dotting that pitch up. And it's 0-2.
Arcia, very much a free swinger. Once you get ahead of him, you don't have to throw anything in the zone. He will chase way out.
Here's another swing and a miss at a great sinker, and there are 2 away. Bello now with 6 strikeouts.
You know the sinker's good when you're playing your sinker off of your sinker, right? He threw 2 at the bottoms of the zone to get ahead, and then that one was even nastier. Ended up going down and in to the righty Arcia for swing and miss.
Here's Ryan Ritter, the 9-hole hitter. 2 down in the top of the 3rd inning. Pitch is a strike on the inside corner. So now he's faced 9 hitters, 8 first pitch strikes, and 7 of them with that two-seam fastball. Impressive. Nate Eaton was in a little bit. Now, after the first strike, backs up a touch at third base. The 0-1 is another strike. This is a clinic right now, a sweeper on the inside corner, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, that was the first spot really he's missed in the zone. Trying to go down and away with the sweeper, leaves it arm side. Still got the strike call on it, though.
No balls, 2 strikes, looking for another super quick half inning. Bello takes a deep breath. He delivers, and he misses just upstairs. 4-seam fastball, and it's 1-2. If you're looking for a warm, vibrant community for mom or dad, River Spring Living truly feels like home. We've been there so many times. The care and connection make that place so very special. 1-2. Bello facing Ritter. The pitch is swung on and missed. A sweeper. Inning over. 9 up, 9 down with 7 strikeouts for Bello. Vamos. We go to the bottom of the third. No score. Red Sox and the Rockies in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
On my podcast, Aspire with Em Agreed, we share the keys to succeed in business and in life. Listen to and follow Aspire with Em Agreed, an Odyssey podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball's and Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball's and Boring and the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest selection of Toyo tires, sells them all at the guaranteed lowest price, offers more free services for life than anywhere else, and Town Fair has well over 100 locations throughout New England and New York. The area's largest inventory of Toyo tires at the guaranteed lowest price, more locations, and the most free services for life. So for your next set of Toyo tires, remember, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
You've got to try the new burgers at the Nines. Bigger, bolder, and beefier. Our half-pound, 100% American Angus beef is sure to please. Try the new bourbon onion burger and get more ang for your buck. You gotta love the Nines.
Jones and Keith.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm going to go to the bottom of the third inning. Red Sox and the Rockies scoreless. Nice job so far by Kyle Freeland. Excellent job by Bello as Toro takes a strike on the inside corner with a cutter, and it's 0-1. Mike Lowell is back here at Fenway Park in the Legends Suite. And it's perfect symmetry that he's here when the Rockies are the MVP of that 07 World Series. 0-1. Toro takes a fastball high. I mean, he was such a key part of that whole run. In the second half, he hit .350. How about that deal? You send Hanley Ramirez down, you get Beckett and Lowell. 2 World Series heroes. 1-1 is a liner foul on the first base side, out of play. Red Sox have been in some blockbuster trades in their history, including one this year. 1-2 to Toro. Freeland throws. Abraham grounds it up the middle. The shortstop Ritter has got it on the run. Sidearm throw to first. Again, sort of an awkward looking play, but it got there for out number 1.
He doesn't do much smooth out there. He's fine gloving the ball. He fields it clean, but the throws are a little sketchy. Everything's on the run. Doesn't want to set his feet.
So here now Connor Wong. Third inning brought to you by Citgo, a club you'll want to get into. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents a gallon on your first fill-up. 1 down. Neither team has a hit thus far. Connor hoping to change that. He has been in a massive offensive slump. He takes fastball down and in for ball 1. It's so important that Connor can be productive as the backup catcher. 1-0. He is ripped on the left field line. Foul. That was crushed on a cutter. Hope everybody's okay.
Well, the guy had hit didn't go down. He immediately went for the ball. Of course. I'm sure after the adrenaline wears off, you're going to feel that one a little bit.
I think somebody got hit in the arm, maybe, which is much better.
Oh, that's fine. You get another one.
1-1 to Wong. Pitch is swung on and missed. Curveball. And it's 1-2. The New England Chevy dealers question of the day, Together We Drive. It's about that 07 World Series. What's your favorite moment?
Oh, I know mine.
Yeah, it happened right out of the gates here at Fenway. The Pedroia homer off of Francis. Dice K's RBI hit. Bobby Kelty's pinch home run or other. 1-2. Back when he had to hit in National League ballparks as the pitcher. The 1-2 is a little bit outside. 2-2.
I remember that World Series vividly because I was in Fort Myers, Florida, towards the end of instructional league. My first time in pro ball.
So you guys were locked into those games.
Yeah.
2-2. Pitch to Wong is strike 3 called. This has been fabulous from Freeland, his third strikeout. So he cruises through the first time, sees the Sox order, and now here's Nate Eaton. Herb Chambers batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers, Toyota of Auburn and Toyota of Boston. Cool to be drafted right away, see a world championship won by such a historic franchise. Here's Eaton. Line to third his first time, and he takes strike. Cutter on the inside corner.
That's like Freeland doesn't throw the same pitch twice in a row. He's mixing everything, which he has to against a lineup like this that kills lefties.
0-1. Pitch. Nate grounds it hard to third. It is backhanded by McMahon. He throws to first just in time to get the speedy Eaton. And the inning is over. No score through 3 at Fenway on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
So you have a podcast, and you really want to make money with it? Then you need the Odyssey Creator Lab. Check this out. We'll host your podcast for free. You just do your show. We'll use the power of Odyssey's massive expert sales team to place ads in your show and make you money. Does it get any easier than that? Nope. You stay in control of your show, and we help you bring in the money. Sounds like a dream partnership. Apply now at creators.odyssey.com and start earning more from your content today.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Brayan Bello back to the mound in the top of the fourth inning. Neither team done anything offensively. Bello seeing Tyler Freeman, the leadoff man, for the second time. Long set he throws, and a first pitch slider on the inside corner. And it is 0-1. In the American League, we told you yesterday, Hunter Brown has the best ERA, 1.82. Max Fried with the most wins, 11. Skubal with 10, and so too Framber Valdez. 0-1 is a swing and a foul out of the glove of Wong, and it's 0-2. Framber is going to be a free agent, and he's very much discussed as a big-time option in the coming offseason. Amazing. The Astros just keep on winning. League leaders and who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James, Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial cleaning and pipelining. 0-2 is just outside with a slider. Drains by James, they give a poop about your pipes.
I'll tell you what, Bello is just like a machine right now. It's just, he's locked in, he wants the ball, he wants to go, he has a plan, and he's executing pitch after pitch.
1-2. Here's the pitch. And a hard ground ball to third. Eaton has it just off his left shoe. He throws wide to first, but Toro keeps his foot on the bag. Nice little job there. And there's one away.
Yeah, ball's hit hard, but right at Nate Eaton. Kind of took his time and then let one eat, but that cannon that he's got over there was a little wide and up the line towards right field, and Toro did a good job of holding the bag, get down low to make that out.
So now with one out, here's Hunter Goodman. Bello's needed only 35 pitches to get 10 outs. Pitch here is a strike. He's in a real groove with the home plate umpire, Torres, too. It's just pitch, strike, pitch, strike.
Yeah, and 0-0. First pitches of at-bats have been huge for him to get ahead, but they're not pitches right down the middle. I mean, they are on the edges.
0-1. Here it is. That's a little outside. He's faced 11 hitters and thrown a first pitch strike to 10 of them.
Yeah, that's huge for him because you know how nasty his stuff is, and there hasn't been a whole lot of swing and miss this season, but a lot of that's because he's been working from behind so often.
1-1. They play him to pull on the dirt. Pitch is a chopper toward third. Eaton in now back, and it's off his glove. We'll see how they score it. The way this is going, that's important. Eaton was caught in between. He started in, and then and they're going to score it a hit because he was in the hole so far behind the bag.
Yeah, that's one of the tough ones for a third baseman. You either have to read it that first bounce and go get it initially, but if you don't make that initial movement in to get that ball, you have to go back like that. That in-between hop almost speeds up as it bounces into you, and it clanks off the glove.
The one thing I would say about that is that you look up when it hits Eaton's glove, and the catcher Goodman was only like 15 feet down the line. I'm not saying it's an easy play.
I think if he catches that clean, he's out.
Me too.
Yeah.
So,
yes,
that might be one to revisit. I would also say I'd love to see Alex Bregman try to make that play. 1-0. We might see it as soon as this weekend. First base runner for the Rockies as Moniak fouls a fastball off on the third base side. And it's 1-1. I don't know about you, Will. Look, as a general matter, I think hits are hits, errors are errors. The circumstance shouldn't really impact things. Home, away, whatever. 1-1. Pitch is in the dirt, a changeup, and it's going to go to the backstop. And this has been a problem for Connor Wong. It is not an easy block necessarily, but in that new look down on a knee style, he tried to backhand it and could not.
Well, the thing is, if you know a changeup's coming, where's the miss with the changeup? It's always down. I know you don't want to give away the pitch to a base runner or someone on the bench where they can relay that information to a hitter, but you have to get yourself in a better position to block that pitch.
So now a runner in scoring position, 2-1 to Moniak. Bello throws, and he misses again with the changeup. That one was picked.
Same thing, though. He just picks it with his hand instead of sliding his body over in front of that. I know that's this style. I get it. You're trying to steal strikes. I get it. But in a game like this that feels like it's going to be low scoring, that runner matters out there.
No kidding. 3-1. Bello sets. He throws. And a high drive in the right center field. Long run for Rafaela. Onto the dirt. He's there to make the play. He covered so much ground there. Big time play. And they're 2 away.
Just the fact that he gets to that as easy as he does, right? Just gliding to this ball back to the track towards the triangle at that 420 in center field. This ball's smoked off the bat. And he just instinctual gets the perfect break, catches it in stride, and then the wherewithal to get it in quickly with the runner tagging up.
Fourth inning brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today, and your car can be picked up tomorrow. 2 down for Jordan Beck, runner at third. Scoreless game, and here's a chopper foul outside of third. I said what I meant about hits and errors and scoring the game straight. However, when a guy has this kind of stuff and he's rolling along, I think, especially if it's a coin flip like that one was, I think you'd kind of love to give the pitcher the benefit of the doubt. 0-1. Here's the pitch, and it's a high blooper into shallow right field. On comes Roman. He's there to make the play, and the inning is over. Rockies get their first hit for now. That might be addressed right now. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. No score in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You know how you always want to know about everyone else's money? On the podcast What We Spend, guests will, for 1 week, tell us everything they spend their money on.
My son slammed $6 worth of blueberries in 5 minutes.
And everything that makes them feel.
I want to own a house. I want to have a child. But this morning, I really wanted a coffee.
Because at the end of the day, money is always about more than your balance. Listen to and follow What We Spend, an Odyssey original podcast. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseballs and Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseballs and Boring and the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You want to grow your business. I mean, who doesn't? Constant Contact's marketing platform makes marketing way easier and way more effective, even if you know nothing about marketing. You can easily create email, text, social, events, and digital campaigns in just a few clicks. It's why over 500,000 business owners trust Constant Contact for their digital marketing needs. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall. Get 25% off all plans for the first 3 months when you go to ConstantContact.com and use code LISTEN25 at checkout. ConstantContact.com with code LISTEN25.
Art, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We go into the bottom of the fourth inning. No score. Romy Gonzalez as the Citgo sign glistens in orange sunset. Romy reached on an error his first time. Freeland has been really good. No hits yet for the Sox as Romy takes a backdoor cutter for strike one.
As my 6-year-old would say, Dad, it's golden hour. Sure.
It
Wonder
is.
where you got that.
It absolutely is. Even with heavy cloud cover, the 0-1 to Romy, line foul on the first base side. Hard hit, but a strike. And it is 0-2. Take 10 seconds. Station ID, Shaws and Star Market, Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
0-2 pitch to Romy, lined into right field. That is a base hit. He got a curveball, another beautiful inside-out swing. Romy has a leadoff hit in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, it's a good adjustment. Second time through. So many time to right-handed batters as Freeland thrown that 0-2 and 1-2 breaking ball relatively close to the zone. That one stayed up, and Roman did a good job hitting that the other way.
14 for his last 32.
Decent.
You know, Roman Anthony was on a heater himself. Double play depth behind the lefty Freeland. Romy leaning again over there. Pitch is fouled off. I think it kind of changes a little bit here the second time through. Now that Romy's seen him from first base, I wouldn't be altogether shocked if he tested it here. Roman's got a full, one piece from the back of his right hand all the way up above his right elbow guard. Like 7 straps of Velcro. 0-1, the pitch. Roman takes a strike on the outside corner, quickly 0-2.
I could never hit in those things. I couldn't hit without him either, but
feels like it'd be so stiff.
It was uncomfortable. They didn't have them that big for us. Obviously you remember like Barry Bonds and his massive. He was the one that had the massive arm guard right on top of the plate.
0-2. Romy taking a lead at first. Freeland looks that way. Long set, and he throws home. Anthony swings and misses at a curveball in the dirt, and he is gone. Well, he's frustrated right now, Anthony is. That was a great pitch by Freeland. Now time for Rob Refsnyder. Fourth strikeout for the Rockies starter. Rob bounced out to second his first time. 1 on, 1 out, scoreless game in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Rob takes a strike. Carlos Torres has had a pitcher-friendly zone, I think, tonight. That one did clip the bottom.
Yeah, both of these pitchers doing a really good job of pitching to the edges and just off, taking advantage of that
Snap throw to first, and it's a good thing it bounced over there because Romy was kind of leaning.
Yeah. Freeland hadn't shown that move yet. He'd only shown his regular move where the leg goes up and then over to first base. That one quickly with his left foot stepping off the rubber and the quick snap throw over. That was close.
After he threw that ball in the dirt, he wants a new baseball. 0-1. Romy a bigger lead now. Even bigger. Not going. The pitch is a chopper foul on the third base side. There's been a lot of that for the Red Sox. Sort of weak contact on the pull side.
Yeah, that's the cutter into righties, right? He's that big breaking ball that he's got some swing and miss on. He's got the strikeouts on that pitch with some chase below the zone. But the cutter, it starts over the middle end, and then gets off the plate. Some good action on it.
0-2 to Rob. Pitch is fouled back. He took a healthy rip at that. Stays alive. 0-2. The Toronto Blue Jays tonight trying to win their 10th consecutive game. They've pulled away in the AL East. 3.5 clear of the Yankees, 4 ahead of the Rays, and 6.5 above the Red Sox. 0-2 to Refsnyder. Long set for Freeland. And the pitch. Rob chops it again foul. Subaru of New England scoreboard make it a Subaru summer. Symmetrical all-wheel drive. Ohtani greeted Mizorowski, one of the great young stars in the game, with an absolute bomb to center field.
Of course he did. Oh, there's hype. Here you go. Here's the real hype.
No kidding. No balls, 2 strikes. Brewers blasted the Dodgers last night. 0-2. Pitch is a ball. We'll see the Dodgers, the first series back after the trip to Chicago and Philadelphia after the All-Star break.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, right? Right after that one. Or right after the break. You get Cubs, Phillies, Dodgers.
Gauntlet.
Oof. Well, at least you're going to have Alex Bregman back.
Yep. Well, and the Red Sox have played well against the really good teams.
True.
Trying to beat up on the bottom feeders this week. Scoreless here in the 4th inning. 1-2 to Refsnyder. And the pitch is swung on and fouled off the knees of the catcher, Goodman. 4th inning bell brought to you by Russell Hackman and the team at Hackman Wealth Partners, Boston's premier retirement planning specialists. Request your appointment today or learn more at hackmanwealth.com. He's smiling about it, is Goodman. He'll be in Atlanta with Bregman and Crochet and Chapman. Alex is not going to play in the All-Star game, but he does want to have his son Knox on the field for the home run derby.
Absolutely. Core memory.
1-2. Battle from Refsnyder, and he takes a pitch inside. Good hold up there. And it is 2-2. I think in some ways the Red Sox might prefer that Garrett Crochet not throw a pitch in the All-Star game.
Yes, please.
That's something the managers do talk about. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And Refsnyder rips one into center field. That's a base hit. Romy heads for second where he'll hold. Doyle's got a big arm. And Romy had to hesitate just a little bit to make sure that wasn't caught. And that is such a high-level at-bat for Refsnyder.
You beat me to it, right? It was his selection of the pitches that he swung at, and he took some nasty ones right off the corner with 2 strikes, that cutter in, that pitch before, and then right there bought himself one. And that's how you have to approach Freeland. The other way, up the middle, he will feast off of aggressive approach, trying to pull him. You have to wait for that mistake.
So now 2 on, 1 out for Trevor Story. In the Red Sox dugout, Carlos Narvaez standing next to Crochet and Bregman, smiling and laughing. 2 on, 1 out for Trevor. Here's the pitch, and it's inside. Did it hit him? No. 89-mile-an-hour cutter. Almost clipped him on the jersey. 1-0. Pitch. Trevor lines one, caught it short, and it's going to be a double play. That was beautiful by Ritter, and nothing at all that Romy could do there. That ball was a missile And a good break for the Rockies. Nice play by Ritter. We go to the 5th inning, scoreless on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
History That Doesn't Suck is a legit, seriously researched, hard-hitting history podcast told through entertaining stories. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We go into the 5th inning. No score. Red Sox and the Rockies. Michael Tolia takes a changeup low for ball 1. No score. Sox 2 hits in the 4th inning. Just 1 for the Rockies and kind of a borderline decision on that one. 1-0 is a fastball that misses outside, and it's 2-0.
I guess. I thought that was perfectly located on the corner.
2-0. Pitch foul on the third base side. Here's a pitch that misses outside, a sweeper, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, but even Bello's misses here and this at bat. I mean, that sweeper wasn't exactly close, but the other 2 pitches are right there. Could have gone either way.
3-1. The pitch is a high fly into right field. Anthony steps back, now in, calling off Sadani's there to make the play, and there's 1 down.
Did you happen to see Roman Anthony did some work in off the monster in left field today?
Yeah, he's going to play there tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a spot he's got to learn, right? Because there in Worcester they have the blue monster, but it's in right field. Which doesn't make a ton of sense.
No, the topography there in Worcester just demanded that they do it that way.
Yeah.
Here's Ryan McMahon. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner, sweeper, and it's 0-1. No score. Red Sox and the Rockies in the top of the 5th inning. Backed up on the right side of the infield for McMahon, playing in his 1,000th career game. Here's a pitch that's a little bit low, a sweeper, and it's 1-1. Man struck out swinging his first time. The pitch is ripped down the right field line, and it is just foul. Whew. Always a mystery how balls stay inside that wall but not inside the line.
I mean, there's about a foot that it can land and not hit the wall and not be fair. And we can't see it from up here.
Both corners, really. You just kind of wait for the umpires. As Bello steps off. He struck out 7 of the first 9 Rockies hitters. Pitch here is a little bit high with a fastball. And it's 2-2. Next one is strike 3 called. Beautiful sinker on the inside corner. And Bello has his 8th strikeout.
Nice little front door two-seamer. It's normally a lot of cutters and a lot of four-seam against lefties lately. That one starts in off the plate, about on the chalk line of the batter's box. Freezes McMahon up. That thing just runs right back to the edge. That's perfect.
That is his vintage sinker. 2 down for Brenton Doyle. The pitch is a sweeper that misses outside for ball 1. Doyle flied to Roman his first time. Cedon toward the triangle in center field. 1-0 pitch. That was a missed location there. Wong wanted it outside and had to kind of bring the glove all the way across. Sweeper, it's 2-0.
Yeah, that's the pitch he'll have to be careful with. Even the ones he's thrown for strikes, trying to go away, leaves it arm side, middle in to righties.
2-0. Here's the pitch. And that is outside, a sinker, and it's 3-0. Just a little less sharp is Bello this second time through the order. But how could he not be? He was perfect the first time through. 3-0. Here's the pitch. And it is a ball. So a 4-pitch walk, the first free pass issued by Bello. Just the second base runner for the Rockies. And it extends the inning for Orlando Arcia.
Can you believe it's almost the All-Star break? It crept up on me, I felt like.
Not me.
Not you?
I mean, it's been a great ride, but we've played 90-plus games. Pitch. Arcia fouls it off. A sinker in on the hands, and it's 0-1. I cannot believe how upset Giant fans are with me for relaying a story that Will Clark himself told on his own podcast about Rafi Devers.
Whatever.
0-1. Bello out of the stretch throws. And Arcia, to your point, free swinging over the top of a sweeper, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, he pretty much predetermined swings at times. He's always done this. Now, he has, obviously, as he's matured and been in the big leagues, he's cleaned that up a bit, but he will chase.
8 strikeouts, ties his season high. Strike away from number 9. He throws over first, though. I mean, Doyle does have 9 steals. This would be a good time for him to try it. Totally. Behind the dish.
Yeah. In a game like this, you want to get in scoring position.
I think in some ways you'd be surprised if he didn't go. 0-2. Runner goes. Bello throws, and a high fly into left field, carrying well. Duran back in front of the manual scoreboard. He will get there right in front of the Mason sign to make the play. That thing looked like it got knocked down a little bit. It was looking like it would catch green all the way, but not tonight. Whew, halfway home, no score. Red Sox and Rockies in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Emma Greed, and I've spent the last 20 years building, running, and investing in some incredible businesses. The more success I've had, the more people started coming to me with questions. How do you start a business? How do you raise money? How do I bounce back from failure? On my new podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, I'll be answering these questions and more through weekly conversations with the smartest minds out there. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring. And if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring and the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app now. Back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Here's Cedon leading off in the bottom of the fifth inning. No score. Red Sox and the Rockies. It got loud in the fourth, hoping to cash it in here as Cedon takes curveball outside for ball one.
I think it's time for Cedon to hit his fourth homer in as many games.
Why not?
It's a perfect spot. Get one of those cutters to stay over the plate.
Pink at the top of cottony thunderclouds beyond the center field wall. The 1-0 is way outside a curveball. This guy's been efficient and impressive, Freeland. That's just his 58th pitch. You would not have predicted this score at this point of the game coming in. Not the way the Red Sox have been swinging it. 2-0. That is a ball, fastball, and it's 3-0. Tall and lean, Freeland into the wind. The 3-0 pitch is a ball. It's a good take by Cedon. I think he absolutely had the green light there.
Oh, that light was as green can get.
But more discipline.
As green as Fenway grass the first time you ever see it.
It is fun to see all these Rocky fans and National League people who come here for the first time walk up the tunnels and say, the legend is real about this place. All right, here's Duran. I wonder if he's got a little small ball in his mind. Left on left. Not here. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Cedon obviously runs well, but I think Freeland has totally neutralized the running game, mixing sequences. He's been quick to the plate. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Jaron swings and drives one high into center field, but it'll hang up for Doyle. Just in front of the dirt. Good swing, but allowed out. That'll bring up Toro.
I love that swing from Duran, right? And I was just about to say, you can't go up there as a lefty and try to pull Freeland. As much of his stuff is working away from you, and it's off speed. And that was a great swing to center field by Jaron.
Here now, Toro grounded short his first time. Code word of the game is umpire. Enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. Lovely breeze blowing in as Toro takes cut fastball off the plate in for ball one.
It's that little front blowing in. Only mid-70s tomorrow. We're back. We are back.
After it felt like 110 today. Fry an egg on the driveway. 1-0 to Toro. Cedon hands on his knees over at first. Pitch is a high drive into center field. Back onto the warning track again, though, is Doyle. The wind is just knocking everything down. Cedon tags it first, and he slides in safe with a head-first slide. I think he noticed that Doyle played that off his back foot. He took off. An accurate throw would have had him, but it skipped past the shortstop, and the Red Sox have a man in scoring position.
Yeah, and look, a good throw might have gotten him. It was going to be really close, but you take that chance in this type of game with the pitchers throwing the ball how they are, executing pitches, and Freeland's been pretty locked in with his stuff. Now you're one swing away from scoring on a single.
The batter is Connor Wong, called out on strikes his first time. Looking for his second RBI of the year as he fouls a curveball off the end of the bat for strike one. Red Sox on EEI brought to you by your New England Ford dealers in the Ford Summer Sales Event. Hurry in to get great deals now, including F-Series, the official truck of the Red Sox. 0-1. Freeland throws, and Wong takes a fastball for a ball. It's 1-1. How you doing with the hot sauce over there?
I ate it, didn't I? Give me like 2-3 innings in between. I crush. Doug's yelling at me, you got to slow down if it's that spicy. You got to. No, I can't. We go.
1-1. Bold, too, with the bright white shirt you got on. Wong takes a cutter inside.
I've always trusted these hands. Not necessarily my mouth.
Truer words have never been spoken. Well, you're so dumb. You take your cell phone and flip it up in your hand, like head over back.
Have you ever seen me drop it?
Never.
Okay.
Golden hands. The 2-1 to Wong is a strike on the outside corner. Curveball, borderline 2-2.
That's a breaking ball, right? It never was in the zone, never made its way back, went around the plate. Torres still thought that caught the edge.
He's had a real good groove with both these starting pitchers. They've been around the zone. I think he's just kind of ready to call strikes. And that is due to the pitchers tonight. 2-2. Cedon at second. Scoreless game in the fifth. And the pitch is a ground ball up the middle. Ritter, the shortstop, gloves on the run. He throws to first in time, and the inning is over. Pitchers duel at Fenway Park. Scoreless after 5 in the Shaws and Star Market. WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
History That Doesn't Suck is a legit, seriously researched, hard-hitting history podcast told through entertaining stories. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
After graduating from high school, Anthony needed a plan. He loves playing video games, but that doesn't cover rent. So he took a job at Amazon packing boxes. He heard about their free skills training programs to boost his pay. Now Anthony is a software developer for Amazon. With a bigger paycheck, he upgraded his computer system at home. With his new skills, he's developing a video game in his free time. Grow your career and your pay. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Have you ever redone chores the right way? Do you clean before your cleaning service arrives? If you answered yes to either of these questions, you're a clean freak. And at Cat's Pride, like you, we're freakishly committed to keeping your home sanitary. That's why we've invented the first and only antibacterial litter that destroys 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria in your cat's litter box. That's the bacteria you can't see but can smell. Yeah, it's clean freaking awesome. Cat's Pride, the only antibacterial cat litter.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Ryan Ritter, been busy at shortstop. He ended 2 innings with really nice plays. Now batting for the right side to lead off top of the 6th inning. Sox and Rocks scoreless. Who would have had that? Eaton in at third. The pitch is lined the other way, foul and out of play. And it is 0-1. He's thrown so many first pitch fastball strikes, has Bello.
So huge for him. So huge. That's why you're getting way more swing and miss. I know it's the Rockies. That's part of it too. But he's executing.
0-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Good sweeper. That one dove to the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, that's the thing is his misses are less in the middle of the plate and more just off, which is where you have to live.
Davis Schneider hit a homer. The Blue Jays looking for their 10th straight lead. The White Sox in the third. The 0-2 is a foul ball. The White Sox are probably a little bit relieved with how awful the Rockies are this season. They might only hold the banner of the worst season in baseball history for 1 year.
Which is wild.
And bad for baseball. The 0-2 is a high pop-up back of second base. It'll drift into the outfield as Anthony comes in on the gallop to make the play. And there's one down. As we sort of said last night, Pirates, Rockies, White Sox, Marlins, it just is awful for the sport that you got teams actively trying to lose games.
Right. Yep. It's bad for the game. Go to like a relegation system like soccer.
You're going to Sacramento.
Well, that already happened.
I should pick a better example. Here's Scranton. Here's the pitch on the inside corner. Fastball, and it's 0-1. We'll be there in August.
Scranton will do it.
Yeah.
Scranton, yeah.
You probably had some games in Scranton.
Oh, did I? Yep.
The Lackawanna Hotel. One down in the top of the sixth. No score at Fenway. 0-1 to the right-handed hitting Tyler Freeman. He's brushed back with a fastball. And it's 1-1.
There are some stories. It's a little haunted. All right, it's an old train station turned into a hotel. Not the nicest place.
People tell stories about showers turning on. The 1-1 is a high fly into center field. Cedon's been busy and typically great. Reaches up to make a two-hand grab, 2 down.
Well, yeah, the place is awful, right? But the saying comes in when you're in AAA. If you don't like it, play better.
Yeah, it is good incentive. When I was in Indianapolis, we had a roving instructor who was really spooked by the idea that it was a haunted hotel. And I just died laughing around the batting cages day 2 in there with how he told me he was countering his fears. Here's Hunter Goodman swinging a foul back to the screen. He said the only way to keep the ghosts out of the room, sleep completely naked with the lights on.
Oh, sure, bud. Hey, don't ever tell me you are a little scared of that stuff, because I will be like finding out ways to bang on the walls in the middle of the night.
0-1. That's one phobia I do not have. The pitch is a grounder too short. Story against his former club. Beautiful glove and a leaping throw to first in time. It has been awesome for Brayan Bello tonight. 5.5 in the books. Sox got to get the offense going. No score, but the top of the order. Eaton, Romy, and Roman right after this in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
You look amazing. What have you been doing?
You've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, and other GLP-1 medications, right? Well, if you qualify, Zelty providers can prescribe semaglutide, the same active ingredient, at up to 90% less without insurance. Done all online.
No wait at the doctor's office or pharmacy?
No wait. Zelty can ship the same active ingredients as other expensive GLP-1s to your door.
Get started with Zelty today for just $39. Call pound 250 and say keyword care. That's the same active ingredients in Wegovy or Ozempic, but for 80 to 90% less. That's pound 250 keyword care.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now back to the play-by-play action.
Nate Eaton to lead it off for the Red Sox. In the bottom of the sixth. Maybe the golden hour is gone, but it's still lovely at Fenway. Hot and humid, but
it's cooling off.
Strawberry streaks in the sky, not bad.
You can feel it cooling off.
You can.
Give me that, please. Especially when I'm having to pull double duty and be in a suit. Goodness gracious.
Sprinting back after the final pitch of this one. All right, here's Eaton against Freeland, who's been great. 70th pitch for him is a bluffed bunt. He pulls it back, does Nate, for ball one.
Well, the second time through the lineup for the Sox, there was a lot more loud contact. Line drives hit to the outfield, even hard hit ground balls. So you got to think this offense wakes it up right here.
1-0. The pitch is a strike on the inside bottom corner. And the one thing that you worry about as it cools off is that breeze can very often mean there's some inclement weather in the area. The 1-1 to Eaton is another bluffed bunt. He takes it back. I thought he really had intention of bunting there, but it was a ball, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, and the infielders keep moving back. They'll rush in when he shows, but now they're back once again. If he does want to get one down with his speed, got a good chance to get a hit.
2-1. Not bunting, and he takes the ball way outside. He won't do it 3-1, you wouldn't think.
No, I mean, you're looking for one of those fastballs or a cutter right here over the plate, do some damage. Because he does have some pull side pop.
Yes, he does. He's twice barely missed homers in this series. Once off the top of the ladder, and then one just outside the Fisk pole. The 3-1 is swung on it foul on the first base side. That had some violent intentions.
Sure did. Bad intentions. Love that. And that's how it should be in a 3-1 count.
3-2. He's talking to himself. Is Eaton in the box? Freeland at the belt throws, and Nate takes right there. I mean, that was a fastball hard of the plate. He must have been guessing at something else, and there's one down.
Yeah, Freeland's gone to the off speed so often with 2 strikes. That was the first time in a 2-2 or a 3-2 count that he went to a fastball, and I tell you, that was center cut. It was right there. Nate Eaton just guessing.
All right, here's Romy. Red Sox with only 2 hits after this incredible run of 5 straight with 10 or more. Pitch to Romy is a strike on the outside corner. I mean, you just got to tip your hat. Freeland has been that good.
Totally, right? They haven't been bad at bats, but he's just not making mistakes.
Romy's got one of the 2 hits. Beautiful line drive into right. 0-1 is a swing and another line drive into right field. That's a base hit, a little hanging sweeper. Good approach there for Romy. And he's aboard with 1 down.
That's the approach. And right, we've talked to Trevor. We've heard Trevor Story talk about it. Romy's talked about it. This approach that they've had of just facing lefties, knowing they're going to get off speed, and they're not up there trying to pull the ball and do too much. That's a perfect example right there.
All right, now Roman Anthony trying to break this scoreless tie. 1 on, 1 out. Left on left, double play depth, the pitch. Roman fouls it off. Speaking of bad intentions, 93 straight back, and it's 0-1.
93 middle in, just a touch late. And under was Roman.
The sky is really darkening. Hopefully more due to the setting sun than anything else. 0-1 with Gonzalez again at first. The pitch is outside. Good take on a sweeper, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, I'm just not looking at it because if I don't know it's there, maybe it just won't happen.
It looks to be like off in the distance over the water, maybe downtown. There is some real rain over there, but you hope it stays in that direction. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Anthony takes a ball. Curveball, and even a little lightning bolt over there, but it's far enough away. 2-1. If you want to win free groceries for a year and prizes like $500 in Shaw's gift cards, enter the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. 2-1 to Anthony. Pitch is another good take. Cutter, and it's 3-1. They're showing me the radar. Does it say it's going away?
It's going away.
Good.
But as soon as you're like, oh, there's lightning, my phone lights up and I have a lightning alert.
Great.
How did you know I have young kids?
3-1 to Roman. Here's the pitch, and he takes ball 4. Great plate appearance there. They stayed away from him. I mean, that is true respect of Roman Anthony. Now the Red Sox have 2 on with 1 out.
And it's amazing, right? Because it's still left on left. But they know what they saw yesterday left on left with that homer he hit to center field. And there was some respect for the 21-year-old kid.
I believe this is Darryl Scott, their pitching coach. These Rockies coaches don't wear uniforms. It's all the short sleeve hoodies. And yeah, no signal to the bullpen. So this is just a chat. They got the right-hander up and warming in the bullpen, Cologne. Bullpen report is brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. It's actually Mejia. And a chance now for Refsnyder. I will tell you this, as good as Freeland has been, this is a roll of the dice by the Rockies to let Rob Refsnyder see any lefty 3 times in the same game.
He just hit 82 pitches, but to your point, at some point, you got to feel like Rob's going to get him.
2 on, 1 out, a scoreless game in the 6th. Freeland head on a swivel. He throws. Refsnyder takes a strike. Fastball, bottom of the zone. And it's 0-1. You totally understand the decision. It's just that we've seen Refsnyder so many times in this exact spot deliver. 0-1. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Rob takes another strike on the inside corner.
I mean, Freeland is just painting right now the bottom of the zone. The first pitch fastball was just below it. That cutter right in the same spot. Just pitcher's pitches.
Shortstop Ritter way back in the hole. Gonzalez at second. Anthony at first. 0-2. Here's the pitch. And it is chopped toward third, but foul. And out of play. And it remains 0-2. Red Sox with just 3 hits. Bello has only allowed 1 hit, and it was questionable. Wilyer Abreu's got a bat in the Red Sox dugout, presumably in the event that they bring Mejia in. 0-2 to Refsnyder. From the belt, the pitch is outside. Good take on a curveball, and it's 1-2.
You know, Freeland has yet to throw his changeup. Now, he only throws it about 8-9% of the time. But he hasn't shown it against these righties yet. It's been all breaking balls and cutters.
1-2 to Rob Refsnyder. Here's the pitch. Rob swings and misses at a sweeper in under his hands, and he is gone. Now it's up to Trevor Story. And it looks like they're going to ride with Freeland. Why not?
He's got his good stuff today, so there's no reason they shouldn't trust him and let him go. Our bullpen will give it up.
Trevor Story hit that missile that was caught at short his last time. Once again, 2 on, 2 out for him. Pitch. Trevor loops one down the right field line toward the chalk. It is dunking, and it is a hit. Coming home to score is Romy. Anthony is going to be held. It's a blue pit for Trevor Story, and that is how the Red Sox break the scoreless tie.
By the way, I love Trevor went ahead. He had no business going to second base, but rounded it, trying to draw a throw from the right fielder. So Kyle Hudson could send Roman Anthony, but smartly, Rockies get the ball in and don't even look towards Trevor Story at second base.
Well, and that's going to do it for Freeland. Cedon is due up. They will not do anything with him. Even with the Abreu ready to go, Cedon's been that hot. The righty Mejia is coming on. The Red Sox finally break through 1-0 and still going second and third for Cedon when we return to Fenway on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, you could sign up for Ford Pass. It's the app that puts your Ford ownership experience right in the palm of your hand. With the Ford Pass app, you can access complimentary remote features like start-stop, lock-unlock, schedule a start, locate your vehicle, or get your vehicle's status on the Ford Pass app when your vehicle is equipped with Ford Pass Connect. Get started by downloading the Ford Pass app on the App Store or Google Play.
Having health insurance is a must-have, and the Massachusetts Health Connector has a power-packed lineup in Connect-to-Care plans that delivers. At the top of the order, lower premiums make bumpy costs affordable. The middle of the lineup is packed with low copays and no deductibles, so you can save money on everything, from an urgent ER trip to managing chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Round out the order access to Connect-to-Care plans now at mahealthconnector.org, and you have a winning team with you and the Massachusetts Health Connector.
Big spot here for Cedon Rafaela. The Red Sox have a 1-run lead, but looking to break this thing open as the Rockies go to their bullpen for a baby-faced right-hander, Juan Mejia. pretty amazing that Roman Anthony did what he did. I mean, Story is going to get the RBI that breaks the tie, but it was Roman who sort of pushed the inning further to the righties with that great patience.
It was a great bat. It was in a spot where at this point in the game, you could see young guys get a little jumpy, try to do too much, get that big hit. But he stayed within his approach. He didn't get anything to swing at, and he didn't take the bat off his shoulder.
Juan Mejia, 25 years old as of the 4th of July from Santo Domingo. Pitch to Cedon. He is a ball.
He's a two-pitch guy. He's going to average about 96 on a four-seamer. He's got a slider as well. Just those two pitches. Pretty straight fastball, though.
27th appearance. 1-0 to Rafaela. Pitch is swung on and missed. A slider. He was trying to homer in a 4th straight. And actually, he'd like another look at that one. That was right there. But 1-1. Anthony at third, Story at second. 2 down, but a run in. Pitch is a drive down the left field line. Extra bases for Cedon. Anthony scores. Story behind him. Rafaela stays red hot. And it is 3-0 Red Sox.
Let's make that a 6-game hitting streak now. Came into this one hitting .429 over the last 5. Look, he's kept seeing the breaking balls over and over again in that at bat. Got himself a hanger right there and clobbered it off the monster. That was a big one.
It's hard to imagine why Mejia would triple up on that pitch. Cedon was ready.
Right, he's not that hot or anything.
Well, now Duran gets a chance against the righty here. 3 runs in. It felt inevitable the Red Sox would break through. Pitch to Jaron is a fastball outside for ball 1.
By the way, we are watching the growth of a really good baseball player in Cedon Rafaela. Right?
I mean, for 5 weeks, he's been as good as anybody.
Yes, but making adjustments on the fly, where this is becoming his normal.
1-0. Pitch outside. And what a normal that is. He's told us many times that it just, the more that he does it, the more that it reinforces itself. It just sticks. 2-0. Pitch. Duran takes a strike right on the outside corner. And it's 2-1 with Abraham Toro on deck. Fans have come alive. And Bello now will have at least a 3-run lead. 2-1. Duran drives one into right field. That's a hit. Cedon rounds third. He will score. RBI knock for Duran, and it's 4-0 Boston.
Well, it's big for Jarren Duran. You know, he's been getting going here over the past 10 days or so. Hasn't gotten hot by any means, but he's been getting his hits. And that's a big one right there to make this 4-0.
And that's one thing this group has done. They just pile it on like a boulder coming down the mountain. And now another visit from the pitching coach. This game is sort of ground to a halt on the Rockies side. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of Major League Baseball and the Boston Red Sox. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions may not be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI and the Sox. And I think undoubtedly at some point here early in this at-bat, Jarren Duran is going to look to run.
Oh, of course. Why not? Get in this kid's head even more. He has something else to worry about other than everything he throws over the plate's getting obliterated right now.
And Toro gets to bat from his more powerful side. And once again, more shots in the Red Sox dugout of smiles and laughter. Pete Fatsi, Trevor Story, Alex Bregman, they have put so much work into this thing, and it's working.
How well is Pete Fatsi sleeping tonight over the last week and a half? My goodness.
No kidding. Here's Toro. Duran, big lead at first. Mejia sets. The pitch is a ball outside, a fastball. He may try to be, Jarren, waiting on one of those sliders to run on.
Well, the fastball command isn't great. You might see one right here, but I also want to see Toro put this into orbit.
1-0. 4 runs in. Duran is chased back to the bag with a throw. I mean, he has shown tremendous power from this side. Toro has.
It's just quick hands, right? He gets from point A to point B. It's such a simple swing.
0 for 2 tonight, but he's been hot. 1-0. Duran not going. The pitch is swung on a miss. He's very late on a fastball there was Toro, and it's 1-1.
Part of me with 2 outs doesn't even want Jaron to go, right? Because I don't want them to have any reason to not throw something good for Toro to hit with Connor Wong on deck.
That's a good point. It does matter where you are in the order. 1-1. Here's the pitch, and it is a check swing. He went around at a fastball, but then again, Marcelo's got a bat in the dugout. You might do something here for Wong and then bring Carlos Narvaez in for defense. Other thing is, with 2 outs off with a crack of the bat, Duran's going to score on a lot of things from first. Big lead again. 1-2. Pitch is foul. Another way on the third base side. And out of play. Subaru New England scoreboard. The Mariners and Yankees scoreless. 5th inning in the Bronx. That's a good outcome for the Red Sox either way. Either the Yankees or the Mariners will suffer a loss. A couple teams above the Red Sox. 1-2 to Toro, misses inside, and it's 2-2. And again, too early to worry about all that. Just handle your own business.
Well, it does matter this month, right?
Yep.
You start looking at the last couple of weeks of July, and you're saying, okay, if they're in striking distance, actions will look a little different. The team will look a little different come August 1st.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Toro. The pitch is a looper down the left field line, drifting foul toward the seats and out of play. How cool is it to see Alex Bregman again right in the middle of everything? He's got Cedon on one side, Romy right behind him, the iPad out, and they're just studying pitchers and swings.
I don't know that he's not teaching some coaches things. You know, he's a special player. He's a winner. He's a gamer. This is a guy you want on this ball club.
Jaron Danson off of first. Now the 2-2 is a ground ball up the middle, off the pitcher's hand. He picks it up, spins, and throws to first in time. They don't want him doing that. It works out okay for the Rockies. But the Red Sox in the 6th get 4 across. They lead 4-0 from the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
So you have a podcast and you really want to make money with it? Then you need the Odyssey Creator Lab. Check this out. We'll host your podcast for free. You just do your show. We'll use the power of Odyssey's massive expert sales team to place ads in your show and make you money. Does it get any easier than that? Nope. You stay in control of your show, and we help you bring in the money. Sounds like a dream partnership. Apply now at creators.odyssey.com and start earning more from your content today.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river. Give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine. Give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Your smart speaker to play, 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Brayan Bello has just been fabulous here tonight. 71 pitches through 6 innings. 3 times he's thrown fewer than 10 in an inning. He's got a 4-run lead now, and the Red Sox will ride him as long as they can, especially with all the bullpen overwork they've had. Here's Mickey Moniak, foul ball on the third base side, strike 1.
Yeah, this is another guy. This is probably their hottest hitter lately. I mean, he's been swinging a good bat. Some hard hit balls in this series, the first couple of games as well.
Well, it's a new baseball. They had a long rain delay, actually, in the Bronx between the Mariners and Yanks. I think that'll probably chase the Mariners starter, Logan Gilbert. 0-1. Bello hits him. Slider down and in. Right on the top of Moniak's foot. So, Colorado has just their 3rd base runner of the evening.
Yeah, that one hurts. A breaking ball off the inside of the back foot when you just can't really pull it out of the way enough. Right in the arch. Ouch.
By the way, Marcelo is in to play third, so Eaton's day is done. It makes so much sense with a lead, upgrade the defense.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's a really cool testament to Roman that his defense has been good enough. They don't feel compelled to automatically go to somebody like Abreu out there.
Yeah, totally. And that's in right field. We all know how tough that is here at Fenway.
Here's Jordan Beck. Bello sets, double play depth behind him. The pitch is a strike, bottom of the zone. You know, we all heard about the power, the swing, the control of the zone. And people always said that Roman would be fine in the outfield and on the bases. I think he's exceeded expectations in those ways. The 0-1 is a chopper hit to third. Meyer to second for one. Relay to first. Two in time. Double play. The ball finds Marcelo,
Always.
and they're two down.
Anytime you come in the game, it'll find you.
Gosh, is he smooth? It wasn't hit all that hard, but a nice turn on all sides there. Yeah. Marcelo to Romy to Toro.
That's a beautiful thing. That's that sinker. Just 93 miles an hour. He's kind of pacing himself, but when it's lower velocity, gets a lot more movement right off of the hands. 5-4-3.
So now 2 more outs on 4 pitches. Here it is. And a fastball outside ball one. You know, this, not only would it benefit the bullpen for Bello to go the distance here, but I think the Red Sox would just love the message it would send to him. Trust yourself.
Yes.
Let's go.
He's earned it.
1-0. Now backed up on the dirt. The pitch is a high pop-up into left center field. Sadan drifting to his right. It actually carried pretty well just in front of the warning track. Inning over. That's just awesome from Bello. 7 pitches in the inning. And we go to the stretch at Fenway. 4-0. Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey everybody, it's Nicole Byer here with some hot takes from Wayfair. A cozy corduroy sectional from Wayfair? Yeah, that's a hot take. Go on and add it to your cart and take it. A pink glam nightstand from Wayfair? Scalding hot take. Take it before I do. A mid-century modern cabinet from Wayfair that doubles as a wine bar? Do I have to say it? It's a hot take. Get it at wayfair.com and enjoy that free shipping too.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
College holds a mythic place in American culture. On the new Campus Files podcast, we uncover the scandals you won't hear on the campus tours. Find Campus Files on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Hey, it's Connor Wong. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Connor Wong leads it off for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th. They lead 4-0. Herb Chambers' batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers' pre-owned cars and trucks. An explosion in the 6th for the Red Sox. Now in the 7th, Wong. And then Meyer and Romy, as Wong, who's 0 for 2, takes a sinking fastball outside for ball 1. New pitcher on the mound for the Rockies, Bird, the right-hander, who fires a slider that misses outside.
Yeah, this is a guy the Colorado Rockies might be looking to move. He's been pretty good at 2.79 ERA. This is his 39th appearance. He's been pretty solid for him.
Jake Bird, big dude, 2-0 to Wong. Strike with a slider.
Mainly a 3-pitch guy. Slider, sinker, curveball. Throws the slider a lot.
You would figure they'll move almost anybody that other clubs are interested in. 2-1 to Wong. Pitch, swing and a miss. I mean, he missed that slider by a lot, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of payroll to shed unless it's Chris Bryant, but he's hurt. Right now, they're just trying to build their minor league system the best they can, and you got to do that by trading big leaguers.
2-2. Pitch is a chopper on the right side, softly hit the second baseman Arcia. Bare hands, throws to first, and Wong is gone. I think there's a lot of talk around German Marquez, a guy who doesn't have good numbers but great stuff, and maybe a change of scenery starter. Now one down, and Marcelo will bat for the first time. He came in for defense in the top of this inning. I think you'd like to see Marcelo get it going a little bit here before the All-Star break. He's had some big moments, but 214 overall. Pitch is a ground ball on the left side, backhanded by the shortstop Ritter, and then he bobbles the transfer. Well, that should be a hit for Meyer. If the one down the third baseline was.
Oh, no kidding.
Which, by the way, is looming large.
Yeah,
see
sure
how they
is.
score this. That you hated it at the time. They will give it a hit, so everything's a hit here tonight.
I think I would have, I was a 230 hitter in my career. I think I might have been a 250 hitter had I played in this era. There's a lot of errors out there that are hits.
I mean, I do think the bottom line is both of those should be errors.
Yeah, I agree.
They aren't. And here now, Romy. Pitch is outside corner strike. You want the only hit in a game through 7 innings to be a clean one.
Yeah, good for Marcelo. He'll take it. He hasn't started in, 4 games in a row now with all the lefties.
He's got a big lead at first, 0-1. Pitch. Romy drives one high and deep into the left center field gap. This thing is back toward the wall and off the wall. Meyer read it perfectly. He rounds third. He's going to score. Romy is over to third. He'll be held there. Almost another inside the park job. It's a triple for Romy, and it's 5-0 Red Sox.
2 days, 2 triples, and a 454-foot homer yesterday for Romy Gonzalez. He has been swinging the bat. That's 3 hits for him today, 2 singles, and now a triple.
They have just roasted bullpens lately, this offense has. And here now, speaking of, is Roman Anthony.
And he gets to face a righty. Not that it matters for him, it doesn't seem.
That thing almost kicked away. Good job by the outfielders backing that play up. All right, here's Roman. He takes a ball outside his slider. Romy was coming way down the third base line. It's just on fire, Gonzalez is. Another big offensive night. 1-0. Roman chops it foul, sinker, and it's 1-1. His contact is so loud. It's just laser beams.
It's a different sound, right? When he squares a ball up, compared to the average player in Major League Baseball, it is a different sound off his bat.
And they really are on these straight lines, too. There's very little loop in what he does.
Yeah, it really is. You can see the line drive mentality from him. And then he'll backspin one out of here 450 feet.
1-1 to Roman. Infield in with a 5-run Red Sox lead. The pitch is a breaking ball fouled into the mitt. And it's 1-2.
Just some things drive me nuts, and it's McMahon, he's a veteran, but he's so worried about Romy at third base. He's back and forth. It's 5-0 in the 7th, and you're not letting your pitcher focus on the hitter here.
Just in his sight line.
Yes, it's 5-0. If it's a 1-run game, it's a lot different.
Here, Roman lines one past the dive of McMahon into left field. That's a base hit for Roman, and it's 6-0 Red Sox. And who knows, maybe a little thought about the runner keeps McMahon from making that play.
Well, look, I understand. Playing third base in that situation with the infield in, it is your job to keep the runner close. But with a guy like Roman Anthony who can use the entire field, you can't give up your range in a 5-0 game trying to keep the runner close, and that took him one step closer to the bag, and now that ball's past him.
Well, isn't it amazing now that the Red Sox, who had almost no hits in the first 5 innings, now with 9, as Refsnyder takes a sinker for a ball.
Got to get to their magic number of 10.
That'd be the 6th time in a row.
Unbelievable.
How fun has this team been lately? And really, you could argue that Roman Gonzalez and Roman Anthony have been their MVPs.
Totally.
Well, along with Cedon, of course, the 1-0 is outside, a sinker, and it's 2-0. I mean, it was Story for a week, Roman for the last week, Cedon for 5 weeks. It's been impressive. And I can't stop looking down into their dugout. It is nonstop conversation. 2-0 is a ball outside, and they're just sharing information.
It's ball talk, right? You want to keep this thing going. The last thing you want to do is be happy with where you're at. You want to continue to get better, and with a young team, that's exactly the approach you have to take.
3-0. Pitch is low, ball 4. So Ref Snyder's aboard. The Red Sox have put 4 straight men aboard. 10-second station ID in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Rockies pitching coach once again is going to come to the mound here. They got Agnos, the right-hander, up in the bullpen. He has beaten a path from that third base dugout. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full lineup. Put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com today. I want Mr. Brightside after this 7th inning.
It's so good here.
You know you're going to get Sweet Caroline up to the top of the 8th, and why not? Little Killers.
You know what song I'm waiting for.
Yes, I do. But I like that more like in a pitching change. If they go to the bullpen here, then you can do that
one.
Little
light show, little Pink Pony Club.
Such a girl dad. Here's Trevor's Story. 2 more runs in. 6-0.
What do your boys like? Limp Bizkit?
They like a lot of different things. Some of which I'm proud of. Some others, well, no, they do not yet, thankfully, know anything about Limp Bizkit. But all of a sudden, they do like the Dropkick Murphys, which is great.
Love that.
Here's Story trying to ship one out of Boston. 2 on, 1 out. Wave is going. The pitch is drilled high into left field. Is it high enough? It is way back and gone! Into the second row of the monster seats. 3-run homer for Story, and the Red Sox lead it 9-0.
Well, you said ship it up to Boston. That was headed more to Cambridge. Well, that one left the Boston city limits. That ball was smoked. Hate to be who was sitting on the monster taking that line drive off the chest.
I think he made a bare hand catch.
Did
that
he
young
really?
Man in the yellow jersey.
Come on, those City Connects don't miss.
I swear, I think he just reached out and barehanded it, and that'll be the last pitch thrown by Bird. They're going to play something, and they're going to play it loud. 9-0 pitching change and slow down in the action. Brought to you by Iserve on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, you could sign up for Ford Pass. It's the app that puts your Ford ownership experience right in the palm of your hand. With the Ford Pass app, you can access complimentary remote features like start-stop, lock-unlock, schedule a start, locate your vehicle, or get your vehicle's status on the Ford Pass app when your vehicle is equipped with Ford Pass Connect. Get started by downloading the Ford Pass app on the App Store or Google Play.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturrow Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
You just can't keep this offense down right now.
Did I text over a request there? Maybe. Maybe not. You called for a homer, I called for Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, sure. Love it. As Cedon will stand in. This 7th inning, by the way, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney. For over 30 years, there have been some injuries to Rockies pitchers. Now Bregman's even talking to Veritek. I mean, he's just making the rounds. You know, he's just chomping at the bit to be a part of this thing. How great that they're playing well as he returns. A cutter swung on and missed.
Well, what's crazy is even when he's playing, he's doing that.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not as in-depth because he does have to take a few at-bats here and there and play some defense, but he is all in all the time.
Cedon ripped one his last time. Here he takes a cutter outside, 1-1. It was a 2-run double down the left field line. He's also walked and struck out. A 9-run lead. The pitch is a hard ground ball on the left side. Ritter backhands. That's one of those off-balance throws again in time. Rafael look into the heavens. That's how hot he is. He thought he had something to hammer and he's ticked off. It didn't go on to Lansdowne. But now finally 2 down, and here's Jarren Duran.
Does Trevor Story ever just get 1 RBI?
No kidding.
It's always 3+, I feel like.
Wow. And think about the Red Sox lately and all year. That's their 19th 3-run homer. Here's Jarren. Fastball outside for ball 1. The reason I say it's so good that the Red Sox are playing well as Bregman rejoins them, you don't want to put it all on him when he comes back, and it won't be.
No.
1-0 to Duran, who ripped a base hit his last time, scored a run, and now a splitter to him for a strike. It's 1-1.
By the way, in between innings, we got a better look at the kid making a bare hand, one-handed play on that Trevor Story homer.
I told you.
That's 106 off the bat.
His girlfriend was psyched. Here's the 1-1 at a cutter, swung on and missed.
Might be his wife after that.
She did have that look. Whoa. Big night.
This is fun.
It's incredible. You think about it. Now, in the last 10 games, 85 runs, 17 homers, and 10 hits, 6 in a row. 1-2. Duran checks his swing on a sweeper down and in. Rockies to Chapel Roan brought in this pitcher, Zach Agnos. Mop-up duty. For obvious reasons, the Red Sox pen is quiet. Duran swings and lashes one foul on the third base side. This is what this ballpark is supposed to feel like. And I don't really care that it was on the road against the Nationals or here against a team that's on a historically bad pace. You have to handle your business, and the Red Sox are doing it dramatically. 2-0 and emphatically. Here's a high drive toward the Red Sox bullpen. That thing is crushed. It is way gone. 10 rows over the bullpen. Mammoth shot, and it's 10-0 Red Sox.
Oh my, 456 from Jarren Duran. You see the biceps, you see the shoulders, but look at the bat speed. This ball is absolutely hammered. My goodness gracious. That's Big Papi territory.
Longest homer of the season in this ballpark after Romy went 454 last night. Wow.
Holy smokes.
That thing was pummeled. Here now, Abraham Toro, 6 in, swing and a miss at a cutter, and it's 0-1.
That thing had a vapor trail behind it. That's a split finger hanging up in the zone, and wow, Jarren doesn't pimp homers that he did right there. He bat flipped him.
He earned it with that swing. The 0-1 is swung on and missed cutter, and it's 0-2. I'd like to know what that feels like one time. Here's the pitch to Toro that is bounced outside the first base bag and foul, and it stays 0-2. Coca-Cola now buy 2, get 2 free at Shaw's and Star Market. Buy 2, get 2 free on 12-pack cases. Coke and Diet Coke 12-ounce cans. They love Duran in that dugout. They do. He's been at times a little bit of a lightning rod, but those guys adore him. The 0-2 is chopped foul. He and Story and Romy, Cedon all coming together in the dugout. And it's cool when the guy who created the Wally mask gets to put it on.
Yeah, it fits that mullet just right.
It's gotten a workout this last week. The 0-2 is a check swing, and he went around. Did Toro, and the inning is over. However, 6 runs in for the Red Sox, and as we go to the 8th inning, 10-zip. Sox lead on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers. But you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain Scent Boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
You know how you always want to know about everyone else's money? On the podcast What We Spend, guests will, for 1 week, tell us everything they spend their money on.
My son slammed $6 worth of blueberries in 5 minutes.
And everything that makes them feel.
I want to own a house. I want to have a child. But this morning, I really wanted a coffee.
Because at the end of the day, money is always about more than your balance. Listen to and follow What We Spend, an Odyssey original podcast. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Ryan McMahon to lead it off against Brayan Bello, who's only allowed one hit, a little bouncer to third base. 10-0 Red Sox. He's only needed 77 pitches. McMahon has seen him twice and struck out twice. Duran is all smiles. How could he not be in left field? Think about the night that the outfield has had. Cedon, a massive double. Duran, the biggest homer in this ballpark all year. As David Hamilton comes on to get Romy Gonzalez off his feet. That would indicate to me that Romy will be in there tomorrow, even against the right-hander, somewhere on the infield. 1-0. Fans expressing their gratitude for the club in the Bronx as a 1-0 fastball clips the outside corner, and it's 1-1. They have taken a 1-0 lead. Have the Yanks over the Seattle Mariners in the 6th. 1-1. Pitch is low. Change up. And it's 2-1.
Only guy that's had more hits in the Red Sox today is Tom Caron.
Every time I look up.
Yeah, he's inside the monster for this game.
Well,
Monster week.
He had some work to do in the 6th and 7th.
Oh, little shoulder work.
2-1 to McMahon. He chops it on the right side. First baseman Toro flips. Bello over to cover quickly. Here's one away. The poll results. New England Chevy dealers question of the day. What's your favorite moment from the Red Sox 07 World Series victory? And unsurprisingly, 60% say Petey.
Game 1.
Ask Jeff Francis who I am.
His first World Series at bats. Smell you over the monster. And how about when they went to Colorado, they wouldn't let him in the stadium. I thought he was a fan. What's your name? Ask Jeff Francis. He'll tell you.
Here's Brenton Doyle. One out in the 8th inning. Pitch. There's so much great about that moment. It just embodies the essence of Dustin Pedroia.
It just shows he was the exact same guy even in his rookie year.
Yeah, defiant from the beginning. 1-0. Pitch. Line looper down the left field side. Coming on is Duran. He won't get there, and that's a base hit. Well, I mean, in some ways, that'll make Bello sleep a little easier tonight to know that there was a legitimate hit in the game. It comes with 1 out in the 8th.
Yeah, me too. And we said that. We're like, all right. That one is like, all right, it should probably be an error. They gave it a hit. Are they going to change it? You didn't want that to be the only hit if he goes a complete game here. And now a legit hit. So I think everyone feels a little better about that.
So 1 on, 1 out. Here's Orlando Arcia now. Bello trying to get through this quickly. The pitch is a line looper into left field, but Duran this time plenty of time to reach up, make the play. Efficiency, man. 2 down. So many quick outs in this game. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. Get offers too on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. 10-0 Red Sox. 2 down. Top of the 8th. Ryan Ritter, the hitter. I didn't mean to do that. Fastball is inside for a ball, and it's 1-0.
Sure.
I didn't. This is only their fourth base runner, Ritter the hitter is.
So would his name backward be Redder or Ritter?
Retier, I guess.
Retier.
Retier Nair.
Don't mess with that Nair.
Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's chopped on the left side. Marcelo cuts in front of Story, flips overhand to second, and the inning is over. What a night it's been for Olab Nayarb. Brayan Bello is rolling through 8 innings. 10-0 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Rhett. And I'm Link. And we're the hosts of the podcast Ear Biscuits. We're just two lifelong friends who've been talking about life for a long time.
From being dads to businessmen to all the random things we experience, nothing is off limits.
And now we're talking to you. We're answering your questions, giving advice that you may or may not want to take, and listening to your hilarious stories.
So leave us a voicemail to be part of the show at
1-888-EARPOD-1 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
I'm Carl. I'm 68 years old, and I lost 40 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. In looking at pictures, I realized that my color wasn't good. I looked bloated, constantly tired, out of breath. It got to the point where I decided it was time to pick up the phone and call Awaken 180. The combination of the diet and the coaching really pushed me over the top. My self-confidence soared. I'm walking, I'm working out. Instead of 68, I feel like I'm 28. I just had my annual physical, and my doctor looked at my blood pressure and he said, "What did you do? What happened?" And I explained that I'm on the Awaken 180 program. I've never felt so good in my life. And as somebody that sometimes likes to take the shortcut, I didn't have to do that with this program. Awaken 180 is my solution for weight loss.
Paul's solution for weight loss. My solution for weight loss. Teddy J here. Lower blood pressure, increased confidence, feeling years younger. Want the same results? Then do what we did and make your own 180 at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken180weightloss.com.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Very true tonight as Connor Wong leads off, and he swings and fouls the first pitch fastball back to the screen for strike one. Connor would love to join the party here tonight. Only he and Toro have not been on base, the 8 and 9 hitters. Actually, Nate Eaton was lifted for Marcelo before he got on. The 0-1 to Connor, swing and a miss, big sweeper. And it's 0-2. 3 hits, including an RBI triple for Romy. Anthony has walked and singled in a run. Single and a walk for Ref Snyder. 0-2. Pitch. Connor swings and misses badly at a breaking ball. Single and a 3-run homer. 4 driven in for Trevor with 2 runs scored. Cedon, 2-run double and a walk. And Duran, a single and a mammoth home run.
Yeah, it's not just 1 or 2 guys carrying this offense. You made this point earlier. It's been a little bit of everyone. And there's no top or bottom to this lineup.
So 6 of the 9 guys on base at least 2 times as Marcelo bats for the second time. Singled on the infield his last time, and he takes a cutter for a ball. 10 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Red Sox. No runs, 2 hits, an error for the Rockies. 1-0. Marcelo, a chopper on the right side, handled at second by Arcia. For the first in time. Updated box score brought to you by the Mass State Lottery. Make it the best night ever. Grab your friends, pick your numbers, celebrate the night with Keno on the Mass State Lottery. You got to be 18 years or older to play. Is Jaron drinking like a Frappuccino in the dugout?
I'm going to go protein shake, knowing that physique.
The Red Sox chef brought it into the dugout.
But knowing that mullet, could be a butt heavy.
Here's David Hamilton batting for the first time, maybe after the game. Takes a cutter for a strike. It's amazing with the emergence of Romy how little we've seen of David Hamilton. And I think decisions looming with the return of Bregman and Yoshida soon as a splitter misses outside 1-1. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's why David's in right now, just because I think his name very much in the mix to take a little break.
Yeah, it's odd man out. You like his speed, but
1-1 is a high pop-up into shallow left field, drifting foul toward the seats, and it will get there out of play. A lot of times managers will do this. I mean, David has been a big part of this thing for a couple years, and certainly will continue to be with the power and the speed. Yeah, I think the defense has been a little erratic by his standards, and the bat just has not done enough.
And he just hasn't shown that as a pinch hitter, he can be very successful, right? And it would be a lot different if he was getting a lot of hits off the bench, but that just hasn't been the case.
Right, and the Red Sox have a lot of guys that do that.
Exactly.
1-2, the pitch. Hamilton lines one on the ground to third, and it's handled by McMahon. He throws across, and the inning is over. 3 outs to get for Brayan Bello, and a complete game. 10-0, ninth inning next. On the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
College football summer is no time to slouch because we are taking you to school on the Cover 3 podcast, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. It's time for our annual summer school series as we take time to break down some of your favorite teams with experts and insiders who know these depth charts from top to bottom. But summer school is just extra credit as we go through positional drafts, player rankings, and more. Follow and listen to the Cover 3 podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
To last. Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Brayan Bello is on the mound for the top of the ninth. 8 shutout innings for him. He sees the top of the order for the 4th time. Tyler Freeman, right-handed hitter, takes a fastball inside for ball 1. Only 86 pitches needed to get through 8. His longest outing came right here last August. It was 8 innings against the Toronto Blue Jays. 1-0 to Freeman. Pitch is a strike on the inside corner. These fans know what's going on. I mean, Bello, he always goes down the tunnel, sometimes into the clubhouse between innings. And he was a little late to come out onto the field. Everybody else had started out, and the fans were sort of waiting for him to emerge. The 1-1 is a strike. Good cutter. And it's 1-2. And the minute he did, he got a massive ovation. Well deserved. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Deep breath. Bello delivers. And a line drive on the ground up the middle into center field off the mound. Fastball at 95, and Freeman turned it right around for a leadoff hit. I think they'll give him some real runway here.
I think so too. Just at 90 pitches. It's been a very low-stress game for him. Even when the game was close, he looked so relaxed out there with all of his pitches. A lot of first-pitch strikes, so getting ahead in a lot of counts, he was pretty relaxed and calm.
Over 104 times this year, including 114 against the Yankees. Here's Hunter Goodman, and he takes the first-pitch strike, fastball. Then it's 0-1. It is no small thing for a pitcher to throw a complete game shutout. So the Red Sox want to get him there. 0-1. Pitch is a high drive into deep left center field. This thing is crushed, and it is gone into the front row of the monster seats. Hanging slider, and the Rockies are on the board It is 10-2.
You just hate that. This has gone so well for Bello, and you just don't want it to end with him getting pulled out of this game and the pitch count getting up. And look, it's still 10-2, all right? You let him go. He's got some more pitches to go. Dial it in right here and finish this thing.
Yeah, in a way, it is an opportunity to kind of push through a little something. Yanquiel Fernandez is going to pinch hit here from the left side. Bello, his head sort of slumped. But, not the normal disappointment he shows on the mound. He's just been really great tonight. 92 pitches thrown. Yanquiel Fernandez takes a fastball outside for ball one. Tomorrow night, Red Sox right here, same time against the Rockies, 7:10 with Lucas Giolito, who for a month has been about the best guy going. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball. 1-1. Anthony Senzatella, who's gotten hammered for the Rockies, is on the mound. Should be a really good matchup for Boston. Trying to sweep these Rockies. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Yankees lead the Mariners now 4-0. Blue Jays all over the White Sox. Detroit did beat Tampa, so Red Sox just trying to do their thing here tonight. They'll pick up games on some of the teams ahead of them. Isaiah Campbell just called up today, is up and throwing for the Red Sox. 1-2. Is strike three called. Sweeper on the outside corner. Bello has his 9th strikeout. And there's one down.
A nasty backdoor sweeper right there. I mean, it is just painted down and away. Perfect pitcher's pitch, exactly where you want it.
11 strikeouts, a career high in Oakland last July. And I think he did that like in 5 2/3 innings. It was incredible. This is a season high for Bello. Jordan Beck, right-handed hitter. There's a great strike. Fastball, 0-1. And, Will, he did this from the beginning. It was just pinpoint fastballs to begin counts.
Yeah, 0-0, here it is, hit it. But not just getting it over, pitching to the edge with it.
0-1. And a sinker that just misses low. 1-1. 10 runs, 11 hits for the Red Sox. 2-4-1 for the Rockies. 1-1. Little blooper into shallow center field. That is a base hit in front of Cedon. So now 99 pitches thrown. I think now things get interesting for Alex Cora. Bello is going to have a visit from Andrew Bailey. And I don't know that the conversation is necessarily you only have one more hitter, but maybe you do. I mean, you've given up the shutout. You've gone so deep into so many games. You've had a great first half.
And your next start's going to matter.
Yeah.
So
it will be against the Tampa Bay Rays, the finale on Sunday. It sounds like the Red Sox will call Hunter Dobbins up, and it'll be Buehler, Dobbins, Crochet, and Bello in that 4-game series. As fans love that they're leaving him in. Well, that was the pitching coach, but hey, it's good to stick with the starter.
Fire him up anyways, right? And I think as far as Tampa goes, you're going to get everyone except for Pepio. So if there's one to miss, it's either him or Boz, I feel like.
Really big 4-game set. First things first, trying to sweep the Rockies tomorrow and get 2 more outs here tonight. 1 on, 1 out. Michael Toglia, the hitter. The pitch is driven high and deep down the right field line, but thankfully foul. It's loud contact in this inning. That was 97. Pulled outside the pole for strike 1.
Well, when you see a guy 4 times, right? Normally you don't see starters work this deep and you get 4 at bats against them.
0-1. Bello delivers, swing and a miss, great changeup. Full house at Fenway Park. They've seen a masterpiece from Bello. Attendance report brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. If you crave some crunch, get it right here in this ballpark. 0-2. Here's the pitch. And it's a line looper into shallow right field coming on. Anthony's there to reach up and make the play. And now the fans should get up for Bello. He gets to face one more hitter here. And that is Ryan McMahon. He just can't pitch much better than he has. 2 down in the 9th. Bello stretches. He throws. Good one. Slider on the outside corner. Strike 1.
Oh, you just want this for Bello. You know, the way things have gone over the last couple years for him, signs that contract, has some trouble, and just starting to figure it out here in 2025.
0-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Great changeup. And it is 0-2. And 2 down in the 9th. Bello from the letters comes home, and a line foul just over the screen and out of play. Touches up the rosin bag on the back slope of the mound. Settles at right foot under the rubber. 0-2. Bello throws, and a breaking ball in the dirt. Stopped there by Wong. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down in the 9th. 10-2 Red Sox. From the letters, Bello pitches, and a swing and a miss. He got him, held on to by Wong, and with his 10th strikeout, Bello pitches a complete game. 10-2, the Red Sox offense does it again, and their roll continues. 5 straight wins, and they are surging toward the break. 10-2 the final on the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Too fast, Trevor, too fast! Here at the Zebra, research shows people would rather teach their kids to drive than search for auto and home insurance.
I know what I'm doing, Mom.
Or attend a corporate team building workshop.
Go team, feel that synergy.
Or be regaled by Uncle Frank's conspiracy theories.
They're listening to us right now.
That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving.
Shh, they're here.
College football summer is no time to slouch because we are taking you to school on the Cover 3 podcast, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. It's time for our annual summer school series as we take time to break down some of your favorite teams with experts and insiders who know these depth charts from top to bottom. But summer school is just extra credit as we go through positional drafts, player rankings, and more. Follow and listen to the Cover 3 podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI. This is the Nissan postgame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Another great night for the Red Sox. 10-2, they beat the Rockies. 10 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and 4 left on. 2 runs, 5 hits, an error, and 4 left for the Rockies. 2 hours, 22 minutes in front of 30,169. Bello was awesome. He gets his 5th win, and Freeland becomes the 3rd Rocky to lose a 10th game today. This is the Nissan post-game show. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full lineup. Put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Christian Arcand is back at the studio. And Christian, this was so different early. It was a pitcher's duel. Bello was fabulous, but Freeland was going toe-to-toe with him. And then it all changed in that 6th and 7th innings. The offense did what it has been doing, and they rolled behind Bello, who I think was at his very best tonight.
Yes, I agree with you. And how about seeing a complete game? That's like seeing a perfect game these days, it feels like, doesn't it? What a great performance from Bello. Great reactions from him. You guys were talking about it all night. But the body language, Bregman in the clubhouse and in the dugout there, the Wally mask, all of it. Vibes seem very, very strong right now with this Red Sox team.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to look like they're having more fun when you hit, which they most certainly have done. It's now 86 runs over this stretch of their last 10 games. But yeah, you just can't overestimate what the feeling is amongst this group, young and old. They're sharing information. They got a great approach at the plate, and I think it's definitely a key to their success.
And you saw it in that 6th inning for sure. A lot of great at-bats there. Roman Anthony with a terrific at-bat in that inning, and everybody seeming to really just pull in the same direction, which I thought it was so funny in the beginning of the game when Middlebrook said, can't believe we've gotten to the All-Star break already. And you were like, already? What do you mean already? I feel the same way. It has been a bit of a drag here at certain points with this team. But boy, when things are going well, it really is a lot of fun.
Well, I think this is the team, and frankly, the Bello and the offense that we expected coming out of spring training. And, there are a lot of games. They've all stacked up. It's been a long road. But I think just the nature of this season, where it's been so topsy-turvy, has made it feel, pretty much like a roller coaster ride, and which is why this stretch is so very fun. So you just hope they keep it rolling. 1 more with the Rockies, 4 with the Tampa Bay Rays here this weekend, and on we go.
Yep, on to an All-Star break, which the Red Sox will be featured in, which is always nice to see. And as we mentioned last night, Craig Breslow's got to feel good about that. All the 3 guys that he got in the offseason going to be represented during the All-Star break here. And a time for the Red Sox where we weren't really sure if this would still be a viable team at this point. We weren't really sure if this would still be a team that was competing, that ownership would want to invest in. We know they say all the right things, but if they were 5 games under 500 right now, we know they'd be looking at it differently. This has been huge for this team, and it doesn't matter who the competition is. What matters is that they're suddenly and very, very, I'd say, loudly figuring it out.
Yeah, they are, and let's not forget, everybody wants to focus on the fact that it's been the Nationals and the Rockies and the Reds. Well, they also took 5 of 6 from the New York Yankees and played really well against the Mariners and all these other teams. They didn't win the series with the Blue Jays, but those were tight games. So it's the Red Sox this year have actually leveled up against a lot of the best teams they've played. So I obviously, you play the game, you look at the schedule, and you say Cubs, Phillies, Dodgers out of the break, but that's just not the way this game works. All of them count the same. And you have to cash these in, and the Red Sox have done exactly that.
They certainly have, and I think in the example of Bello tonight, that's a real positive for him. Garrett Crochet has pitched against the White Sox and the Orioles this year. He doesn't have a complete game. Bello does, and he cruised in this game at 2 hours and 20 minutes for a complete game, 107 pitches. That is tremendous for him. A guy who, not a month ago, maybe a little more, was unable to get out of that fifth inning. Now he's going complete games. Really a big boost to this rotation that I still think they should be trying to improve at the deadline. But boy, if Bello keeps throwing like this, then it may not be quite as urgent as we were talking about last night, right?
Well, he was awesome, and he joins us right now in the Red Sox clubhouse. Brian, felicidades. Eso fue un esfuerzo increíble esta noche. ¿Cómo te sintió estar al medio de ese teatro esta noche?
Me sentí muy bien, gracias a Dios, trabajando con los picheos y me sentí muy confiado, gracias a Dios.
He said he felt great. He's been working on so many of his different pitches. He had total confidence, and it was fun to be on the mound. De esos ajustes que has hecho, about these adjustments you've been making with your pitches, dinos exactamente lo que has hecho recientemente, porque a nosotros pareció como fue tu mejor reta de la temporada y también el cambio con tanto esfuerzo. ¿Qué has cambiado recientemente?
Salida tras salida estamos trabajando los fallos que hemos estado teniendo en la salida y la confianza y trabajando día a día con Bailey ahí y nada, eso me ayuda muchísimo y tirar los picheos por detrás.
He said that, look, it's just start after start. They've been making all kinds of adjustments, working on the side. He's got so much confidence in Andrew Bailey, the pitching coach, and they've just worked tirelessly, and it just feels great to pay it off with so many strikes. And I do want to ask Brian about strikes, especially first pitch strikes early in this game, because it really set the tone for this one. Hablas de esos strikes, especialmente temprano de un bateo. ¿Cuánta confianza te da para